Concrete veins, heartbeat of the block. Echoes in the alley where the shadows talk. Crown on my head, fortune still in chalk. Lungs full of smoke, breathing in the grind. Teeth like razors, bite through the line. Vision so sharp, it can sever time. Jungle fury can't be tamed. Every step the ground's in flame. We the fire, we the storm. Born in chaos, fully formed. Jungle fury running wild. Cinematic, raw and vile. 808 to shake the throne. Concrete jungle, claim your own. Streets hum symphonies. Tires screech a chord. Graffiti sermons. The city's holy word. Buildings whisper secrets. Only few have heard. Brick walls crumble under heavy rain. Baseline, thunder, earthquake the chain. Tigers proud of skyline, hunt the gang.
The content presented on the following show is intended for satirical and educational purposes only. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by panelists and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of the host, production team, or channel. Additionally, any third-party content featured in this program is used in compliance with fair use under United States copyright law, which allows for commentary, criticism, news report, teaching, and research. Viewer discretion is advised, and we encourage independent thought and discussion.
When voices clash, ideas crumble, and new truths rise. Welcome to Breaking Ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's time for the one and only Breaking Ground. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are doing well. Friends, we have a great show today. If you watch this on the main channel, I will be cutting the stream off in the middle of the show to send you to the Wake Up Fatty Show, the new channel that already has the subs, but we need to monetize it. So pay attention. Pay attention, pay attention. Don't lose. Get your eyes on the ball, okay? I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much for being here. The Breaking Ground show starts now.
Welcome to the Wake Up Fatty Show. Inside the untouchable empire.
Black people can't be racist. Prejudice, yes, but not racist. Racism describes a system of disadvantage based on race. Black people can't be racist since we don't stand to benefit from such a system.
Capital of any state in the South, and this whole march adds drama to this total front.
It is known in the black community that most, not all, not all, but most black people are racist toward white Americans.
You say it's known. What do you mean? Where's your basis?
They have been brainwashed over the last 50 years or so to believe that America is a racist society and that white folks are trying to hold them back.
Started on a mighty walk from Selma, Alabama. They told us we wouldn't get here. There were those who said that we would get here only over their dead bodies. Well, all the world today knows that We are here and we are standing before the forces of power in the state of Alabama saying we ain't gonna let nobody turn us around.
He couldn't even speak the language, but he worked hard and he made a place for himself and his family. Now why can't you people do the same? Hey, my grandfather built this country, man!
Why are African Americans still dying at the hands of law enforcement in this country?
And so are white people. So are white people. What a terrible question to ask. So are white people. More white people, by the way. More white people.
It's time to do.
We are ready. We are ready. We are ready, friends. Once again, I hope you guys are doing great. We have a great sequence of shows this week. Okay, tomorrow we're going to have a star-studded panel. Obsidian, Mr. Let Go, Mr. Fantastic. We are going to talk about Kevin Samuels. Mr. Let Go has been on fire with his Kevin Samuels takes, and the best way to actually talk about it is having the OGs of the manosphere in the building, talking about what we have actually going on. So tomorrow, super panel, 5 p.m., the ultimate Kevin Samuels debate, Missy Let Go versus Obsidian with studied panel. We're going to have a lot of fun at 5 p.m. And on Sunday, the infamous ladies' first show, the Reese Academy meets the Untouchable Empire. Okay, we're going to have a lot of fun. Red Lipstick is going to be in the building. Nina is going to be on the building tomorrow. We're going to have a lot of fun. So 5 p.m. on Sunday. But without further ado, let's actually introduce our guests today. We have 3 hours, so we have to make it count. The one and only Mr. Kamal is in the building. Thank you very much, sir, for being here. We appreciate you, sir. Fan favorite, Taruz, in the building. Hello to you, Taruz. Thank you very much for being here, sir. Is that the Iron Man? You need to have a Deadpool. You need to get the Black Panther, you traitor. HQ, she's in the building. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And straight from Valhalla, this man is very difficult to get over here, but we finally got him. Tom Foolery is in the building. Thank you very much for being here. The lovely Ghosty is back in the building. Glad to have you back, Ghosty. Thank you very much. She's a little bit sleepy, friends. Don't worry about it. She's not a vampire. Okay, she can handle the sun. We have a new friend, AdmiralGibbs is in the building, styling and profiling. Thank you very much for being here. Old friend is back. Same time zone as me, which is crazy. 10:21 p.m. Here we go. Tariq is in the building. So to you, I appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much. The lovely Atina, she's running from us, but she's back. Thank you very much, Atina. Salute to you. And the heavyweight champ, Mr. Chaotic True, he is in the building. He says, let's go Bulls. Shout out to the Chicago Bulls. I am your host, Fatty. I'm a nobody, but I'm trying to get there.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the think you is?
So, friends, let's have fun. Let's have fun. Let's have fun. Let me bring myself over here because I don't want to talk a lot today. Okay, I just here to ref and moderate. And let's start with the icebreaker. The icebreaker. The icebreaker.
It's time to do.
So the Red Wing bloodbath. Okay, we're going to talk about what is happening on the right. In a massive Truth Social broadside, Trump lumped Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones together branding them as losers, nut jobs with low IQs. He accused them of being pro-Iran because they criticized his military blockade and brinkmanship in the Strait of Hormuz. And then the clickbait jab, he claimed they are only attacking him to get clicks for their third-rate podcast because they are all being thrown off television and nobody cares about them anymore. So let me start with somebody that actually has a MAGA hat on it, and I want to hear from tomfoolery too next. Tariq. Everybody uses which one is your perfect pronoun, sir? I don't want to miss your name again. Teriyaki.
Yeah, teriyaki. Yeah, so think like teriyaki sauce, just without the E at the end, or the I at the end, so it's teriyaki.
I got it right. Thank you very much, sir. So what do you think about the Donald Trump comments? Is he right or is losing the plot because the biggest pundits on the right are turning on?
It's time to do.
Yeah, so the likes of Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, all the stuff, they're basically traitors to America. Because each one of these low IQ retards would have you believe that Israel dragged America into the war when 8 months previous to this war, Israel literally landed bombs in Iran and there wasn't any preemptive strike needed. So, Tom, explain to me how Israel dragged you into this war when Israel already fired bombs and that didn't start a war, unless Trump actually wanted to go into Iran.
Tom, do you want to comment on that?
I mean, I don't think that Israel dragged us into the war. I think that Trump is just an ultra Zionist simp already. It wasn't like this is a new thing. He's always kind of simped for Israel and bent over backwards for them. So this isn't like, I think Trump's choice is to be a simp for them, not that they're like forcing him to do anything.
Just to clarify,
so remember the clip.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so remember the clip where he says they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and then Trump called a ceasefire? Why would Israel fire bombs into Iran and then tell Trump to call a ceasefire on them?
I'm sorry. I'm not understanding what that has to... He called for a ceasefire, so therefore what?
Yeah, what I'm pointing out is you, apparently, along with low IQ Tucker... Same thing with Candace Owens. She's a low IQ retards. Because to say he's a Zionist simp, but then he's the one that called a ceasefire and Israel listened to his command makes no coherent sense.
And so you're talking about the last ceasefire and what happened to that ceasefire?
If I may, he's absolutely correct. Like right now, there's literally discussions from the Israeli government going on right now about how upset they are that Trump has dropped his big old nutsack on them and said, "Hey, you're stopping now. The blockade is working. China's capitulating. All of them are capitulating." He's been an outstanding brinksman and statesman across the world right now. He's dominating making America great again. He's making it America first, and it's about time these bitches, and I mean all these other countries, learn what the natural order is. It's us on top, and if you don't play our game, then guess what? You're going to get a whooping. And guess what? That's what he told Israel. He said, "Hey, we're going to help you out. You're our preferred ally in the region." And when he went in there, we dominated. We dropped stuff on them. They don't even know what hit them. And now Israel's going, "Oh, okay. Hey, we're in Lebanon." He's like, "Guess what? You're going to stop that shit too because we're negotiating." And guess what? I am the negotiator. I wrote the art of the deal. Might have heard of it, kind of thing. What do you have to say about that, Tom?
I say that he's a really shit negotiator. If the whole idea was for him to negotiate so that we didn't go to war, well, we're at war, so he didn't do a very good job of it, did he?
Oh, well, let me just do something for you. This is the world's smallest violin. And it's playing a tune for you. Because guess what? We've been at war with these people for 30 years. They've been sitting here kidnapping our boats. What do you do when you get our boats here? Ask Japan. We unleashed the sun on them twice. They captured some boats a couple years ago, and Obama bent over and spread his cheeks. It's unbearable.
Oh, so we haven't been at war with them for 30 years.
Yeah, we have. We just did left. The limp dick left has just been capitulating the whole time. Let's just give them their money back. It's okay. Yeah, Trump's going over there letting them know.
Them money. What do you mean? Trump just offered them money.
It's negotiations. You offer the carrot or you get the stick.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
So yes, well, Obama gave them money in negotiations. Trump's offering them money in negotiations.
Yeah, and what did we get? We got bupkis.
Why do you cry about it when Obama does it, but you don't care?
Well, now we control them. We control the oil market more than ever before. Beforehand, though, what were they doing? Oh, they were sitting here running game on us. It was like they were over on the block, sitting there going, "Hey, Papa, this is our street. Oil's our shit. How do you like the way that dictates?" And guess what we doing now? We over here showing them what the world's strongest military can do.
Trump started the war, and now people got to pay. Like you're completely wrong. It was free for everyone until Trump started a war, and now they're doing shakedowns at the Hormuz Strait. Like you are windmilling saying anything, bro. And by the way, our Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, specifically told us why we got into this war. He told us Israel was going to strike Iran no matter what, and Iran was going to retaliate by hitting us.
And 8 months previously,
you're going to shoot up somebody. I'm going with him. What are you doing? You're letting your boy die?
8 months previous, Israel already.
One second, friends. Let him finish the rules. 1 second, Tarus. Your mic being drowned for like Tarus. Your mic being drowned out for the last 30 seconds. Like nobody heard what you said. So please, if you can rebut what you said again, I would appreciate it. Okay. And then Gibbs, Teriak, and the rest of the people can join in. Please, if you want to. Go ahead, Tarus, and interrupt.
Again, Marco Rubio specifically told us Israel drug us into this war. So you guys pretending like Israel doesn't control us right now. They absolutely do.
Let's just do a like one-to-one analysis though, real quick, bro. Like, all right, say you're with friends with somebody, and someone comes and slaps your wife or slaps his wife. Are you gonna jump in and whoop that guy's ass? Yeah. So someone slapped Israel. They said death to America, death to Israel. And guess what we did? Our boys we're gonna go shoot them up. Guess what? I'm there with them. Now maybe you let your homies out on the block die, but I'm over here. I'm with my boys. I'm fucking people up.
But Gibbs, even to drop back one second, to drop back to the original prompt. This is why. This is why Trump. One sec.
The word hurt you that much, Admiral, or your feelings hurt that much.
This is no. There's no feelings.
Super carriers.
Friends, 1 second, friends. I will allow y'all to finish your thought. Tarus, finish your thought. Terry, I can interrupt.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, man. So again, it's so funny that our leaders specifically told us and admitted who brought us into the war, and we still got people fatty going, nah, that's not true. They didn't say that. And they right there again. We went over
the ghost in the room? Who said that? I didn't say that.
On my show, they did it over and over again. By the way, this is an illegal war because remember, we got rid of their nuclear facilities in June of last year. So what are we trying to get rid of? And Admiral Gibbs,
so
said we won the war already. Did we not?
Yeah, so again, this is proving why you're all a bunch of low IQ retards, why Trump is even calling out his own side for being low IQ retards, because anybody who believes this whole thing of Israel was going to strike, and that's why we do the preemptive strike, when Israel already struck them 8 months previous, you either have the memory of a fucking goldfish or you're literally clinically retarded.
So why did they do it then? Why do you think they did it?
Because we want to control the Strait of Hormuz and we needed an excuse, and Israel, being our strongest ally, gave us that perfect excuse.
That is the most backward logic I've ever heard. The Strait of Hormuz wasn't closed.
Backward logic.
Trump said he didn't think they were going to close the Strait of Hormuz, and then now that they closed it, now the whole goal is just to open the thing that wasn't closed before we bombed them.
Because closing the strait
absolutely no sense.
Yeah, it closes. It affects China worse than thing. But your whole take was that Israel was the one that dragged us into this war, which is a low IQ take, which just proves our point that we've been saying along. You're all a bunch of retards, because on the one hand you believe Marco Rubio, and then the other side you say, oh no, Trump's lying or Marco Rubio's lying. So which one is it? Because we can look back at the historical events. Israel literally firing rockets into Iran did not start this conflict. But then the fact that they got intel that Israel was going to strike, all of a sudden now they have to do a preemptive strike. Explain that for me.
All you doing is just up here yapping, bro. At least we have something tangible to look at.
You have nothing tangible. I'm pointing to 8 months ago when Israel literally, when Israel 8 months previously, listen, Tarus, listen to me. 8 months previous, 8 months previous, Israel already fired rockets into Iran.
Who struck the nuclear facilities and said it was complete
It wasn't 8 months previous. 8 months previous, Israel literally fired rockets into Iran. Can you deal with that point?
8 months.
Can you deal with my point?
1 second, friends, because Tarus microphone. Tarus, you are not going to overtalk nobody on this conversation because your mic keep being drawn out. So,
my bad.
No, it's fine. Reply to Teriak's statement and then ask the question that you want to ask him, so we can end this back and forth. And then I bring the people that they haven't talked on the panel. Teriak, make a statement. Tarus, engage with it and ask him the question back that you want to ask him. Go ahead.
8 months previous, Israel already struck Iran, and that didn't start this conflict. But then the fact that they got intel that Israel was going to strike, but then all of a sudden they have to do a preemptive strike. Before 8 months ago, Trump was able to call a ceasefire and it stopped it. But 8 months later, Trump doesn't call a ceasefire, which tells us, through reason and not being low IQ, that Trump actually wanted to go into Iran.
So you repeating low IQ doesn't make your take any less wrong. Let me
deal with the point
once again. Stop. Let me repeat. 8 months ago, Trump bombed the nuclear facilities of Iran, and I quote, completely obliterated. By the way, to the audience, this is one of the conflicts he claimed, one of the wars he claimed he ended. It wasn't just a ceasefire.
Deal with my point.
Considered the 12-day. Shh, be quiet. This was considered the 12-day war, one of the wars he claimed he ended, which were once again somehow magically back in. And then Teriyaki, did you not listen to yourself? You literally just repeated what Marco Rubio told us. That Israel was going to strike first, and so because they was going to retaliate and hit us, we decided to go back. You literally just repeated what Marco Rubio and I told you.
Okay, here's the question. Why didn't Trump just call another ceasefire then?
Why did Trump say we won a war that we're still
Don't answer my question, you low IQ goldfish.
1 point. And I'm not going to answer this dumbass takes anymore, Fatty.
Yeah, because you can't, because you're a low IQ goldfish. Next.
What he's saying is because they won. Because Trump claimed victory. He said they won the war. That's why he called for a ceasefire, because he already claimed victory and said he won, and now he's back there bombing them for the same exact reason.
And did he not claim that he won this conflict as well? So why didn't you just call another ceasefire?
Yeah, exactly. Correct. Yeah, so that's the kind of the point. It's that he's been trying to get a ceasefire in this as well. He's been begging for a ceasefire since like after the first.
Yeah, but 8 months ago it worked.
Yeah, but hold on, they are two separate events. Hold on, Tom. You're over here. You're over here. This is framing. Hold on. This is crazy. First of all, yeah, we did have one first conflict. You know what happened? We whooped their ass. They capitulated. Then we have a new conflict. They started, hey, we're gonna do some more bullshit. And guess what? Now they're the weakest they've ever been. They've got no Navy. It's out the bottom of the ocean. They have no Air Force at all. The two T-14 Tomcats they had blown to hell. They had so many people searching for our guys when we had one little fuck up and we got in and out. They've got such a bad ass whooping. They're shooting like 2 drones a day now. Like, this is a whooping in every practical sense. They thought they were going to give us a blockade. Now they're overseer. We literally have quotes from their president right now in a leak saying they cannot handle the economic pressure and the infrastructure damage that Trump is putting on them, and they are weeks away from collapse because they won't be able to pay their military. They won't be able to pay their leadership. This has been an unequivocal ass beating of generational proportions. I tell you what, I can't believe that you're going to sit here and act like, they lied about this, they lied about that. World leaders lie all the time. Trump said he wanted one thing. It's called the art of deal. You say something really extreme, and then, we get a middle ground that you wanted in the first place. That's what you wanted, but you didn't start with. And guess what we're doing now? China's capitulating. Venezuela's crying over here, doing whatever we want. And guess what? Cuba, you're next. I hope you're paying attention because this could be you. And if you want these hands, we'll give them to you. And we're going to put Mr. Rubio as the president of all these countries. And it's great because guess what y'all are doing? They're all over here crying because we're taking back the economy of the world with the petrodollar being in the United States' hands.
But not Russia, right?
Well, fuck Russia.
Dude. We're gonna go to war with China now too. You gotta be fucking kidding.
It's a cold war. We're already a cold war with them. Are you just
it's a cold war. So okay, so they don't want. We're not saying you want these hands. It's a cold war. Okay, so totally.
Yeah, I mean, if they want these hands, they can get them. But right now, we're currently at a cold war, economic war with China. They're our adversary. Do you disagree with that?
Isn't Trump trying to be like friends
we're
with
not
them?
going to a full-scale.
Nobody said go to war. You said go to war.
You just said they were threatening. If they want these hands, they can get them. That's what that means.
Sure.
What is it?
It's called posturing.
Okay, so you were saying that. I don't know why you backed off of it immediately.
I didn't back off at all.
Flip flop over.
What are you confused about? What are you confused about?
You're the one who's confused. You said that they want these hands. You're acting like we're threatening China to
We are
go
threatening
full-scale war with them, and we're not.
Yeah, we're saying do something, bitch. You see what Iran's getting? You want some of this too? Like, guess what? Hey, if they think they can go take Taiwan, they can get the whoop in there, but they're not going to. So we're going to keep getting our chips produced by Taiwan. We're sitting here. We just made a pact with Indonesia to hold the Strait of Malacca. I can't say the word, whatever. But it's got 25% of the war, 25% of the ocean revenue goes through that strait, and we just signed a mutual defense pact with Indonesia, who controls that. Oh, guess what? You don't think this is all some sort of economic long game? If you don't, then guess what? I don't want to say it's low IQ, but you're at least ignorant of how foreign policy works at the world stage. Sorry.
Let me get. Go 1 second. Go see HQ. You did the confused face. Do you have anything to add to this?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out if United States has such a foot on the neck of Iran, why is it that J.D. Vance came back and they couldn't make a deal? If United States was so much the man, why is it that they couldn't make a deal on Saturday? They got all the advantage. You said they got all the advantage. Right. They the big dogs in the yard. Why is it that they came back without the two things that they actually wanted? Them giving them the nuclear or uranium, giving them the uranium, and them getting out of the Strait of Hormuz, because the United States doesn't have the advantage. This is all Iran. There's just bluster on your part. That's it. They can't stop.
That's not true.
Iran has been there for 5,000 years. We only been here for 250. You think might is the place that they're going to win? You're not going to win through might. That uranium is 300 miles inside of Iran. We're going to have Americans dying in those mountains.
Admiral Gibbs and chaotic, right? Can y'all answer HQ question, right? Yeah. If the United States has so much leverage, why are these negotiations being so hard to actually get to like the place where the United States actually feel comfortable? Admiral, and then chaotic, and then we kind of.
This is really easy. This is actually very easy, right? So I don't know if they've ever talked to a flat earther before, but they're irrational. And what we have right now is basically the equivalent of a government that is a flat earther. And this is the reason one. It's two-part reasons right here. One is they're all flat earthers of political sphere. They're all religious zealots. They're sitting here going to be a theocracy. They're not what we call rational actors. They don't care. The other reason is power. Every time one of these people at top that stands still, stands firm, gets taken out, guess what? Someone new rises as their golden opportunity to be the big guy. And if they're the one that can negotiate the peace with the great Satan and look like they're a tough guy, they're going to keep doing it. And so what? That's what they keep doing. And then China over here is whispering and they're trying to do one thing. But yeah, that's why they're doing it. And also, J.D. Vance got put in home as the fraud guy. And we have Marco Rubio doing most of this. It's called the State Department. They have separation of powers. Yeah, J.D. Vance does this. But yeah, guess what? It comes down to Rubio in the end, at the end of the day. And the secondly, the finally, like I said, how are you going to sit here and act like we're not beating that up? It's Persia is what that was existed there for 5,000, 4,000 years. Not Iran. Iran is a drawing of the Western powers post-World War II. We came in there after World War II, and we said, guess what? We own you, and we drew up the land just how we wanted, because that's what we do as the superpower. So you're just wrong unequivocally at every level. And guess what? There's a reason why the Kurds are one of the big minorities there. You have the Taliban, before they got invaded by Pakistan, was talking about potentially fighting Iran over water. And so all these things are just mitigating factors that you're ignoring. And yay, you know what? You're right there. Clearly you didn't bring any of that up, but you know more than me on this subject.
Oh, slow down.
Patty, respectfully, he did not answer HQ's point about leverage.
He said to talk fast if we're going to talk.
You didn't answer.
It's totally fine. We go right back to the drawing board, and if he doesn't want to, I have chaotic answer. Why is it be so difficult since the United States have all the power?
I did answer. I said they're not rational actors. One, because they're basically religious zealots, and I said power. Someone else has to step up. Now, hold on. Just because y'all didn't listen or didn't understand what I was saying because I spoke fast, was trying to respect people's time and get it out there quickly. This is not my fault. That's on you. So don't say I didn't answer. Don't run away.
Can't make a deal because they're irrational religious zealots. That's the answer.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah. Have you ever tried to explain to the flat earthers what the flat earth is, what the round earth is?
You think
I'm sorry, I think you need to read The Art of the Deal.
Didn't Obama make a deal with Iran?
And it was terrible.
And it was working.
It was not working.
And it was
That's why they reached it at 60%. And the international organization Overwatch said that they weren't doing this. So you're just lying again.
After we pulled out of the deal, they enriched to 60%. You can't say the deal wasn't working. After we pulled out, they started enriching.
Absolutely
That's
false.
ridiculous.
Stop lying.
I'm not lying. You're lying. It sounds like
Every evidence and
feedback loop, by the way.
Saying Iran was in compliance. Stop it.
To Rouge, you know why your mic's cutting out? I know the answer to this. It's actually you need to put, like, if it's not bashing. If you put a headset on, you're getting a feedback loop. So whenever somebody else talks, it cuts you out. I wasn't trying to bash you there on that one.
My dogs are upstairs, so I got to be listening.
No. Yeah, your microphone is loud, but is one of those microphones that is so good. There's like the equalizer or mixer, whatever. So when you talk, if somebody talking, it drowns out. But I'll make sure to tell you so you can actually get your turn. Is you want to add anything to this before I bring Chaotic and Ghosty to the middle?
No, I mean, the fact that he says that these people are irrational and they're not thinking clearly, and I think they're thinking very clearly. I think they had a strategy before the Americans came to try to take over whatever they wanted to take over. I think Iran is on track to do exactly what they've been doing or wanting to do, because don't you think they've been sitting there waiting for the American people to come get them? They've been waiting there for all this time because Netanyahu has been in the United States ear all this time trying to get them to attack Iran. They're waiting for Americans to come over there. They're waiting for you to put ground troops on land. So no, the United States don't have control of this whole thing. They just don't.
Yeah.
They're
real quick, HU.
Like everybody else.
How did that work out for Khamenei, the dude they blew up? How did that work out for him?
I'm sorry for him. What, the
leader they blew up?
And then they immediately replaced him with somebody else. What?
And they blew him up. And then they replaced him again. And they blew him up. And then they replaced him again. And we blew him up. And now they apparently have a leader, which is a cardboard cutout of the dude because he got blown up as well.
And yet and still, Saturday, Vance walked out there with his tail tucked between his legs, didn't have a deal.
Because you do not negotiate with terrorists.
Oh my goodness. The whole point is to negotiate. What do you mean? The whole point in doing this is to negotiate.
You do not negotiate with terrorists.
If you don't negotiate with terrorists, why are they negotiating with terrorists? Kind of, because they kind of
want the Iranian people to rise up.
No. If you say you don't negotiate with terrorists, but JD Vance is saying that Donald Trump on multiple tweets saying you better take this deal or else, isn't that kind of negotiating?
No, you're buying time because Pakistan has nukes. So you have to make sure that you don't upset Pakistan too much, and you buy time for the Iranian people to rise up and overthrow the regime themselves.
Wait, but you just said that he negotiated a deal with them and a ceasefire with them 8 months ago. You just said that.
No, I was saying that this whole theory that you have in your head that Israel controls America, how could Trump say ceasefire and then Israel control them? It makes no sense. Why would Israel fire a rocket and then tell Trump to call a ceasefire?
Us as well. We negotiated the ceasefire. We were negotiating with them. We were part of that war. We were also bombing
you told
them.
Israel to stand down and Israel stood down.
What does that have to do with anything? Did he negotiate with Iran? Yes or no?
At war again.
Yes or no?
He didn't negotiate with Iran. He told Israel to stand down and Israel stood down, which defeated your point that Israel controls America, which is another low IQ
Okay, so they just decided to randomly stand down. The United States also stood down randomly. Just no reason. They just stood down. Okay.
America wasn't in the conflict 8 months ago.
What?
Yes, we were. Their facilities, Terry.
8 months ago.
Literally bombed their nuclear facilities. What are you talking about?
You sent in B-2 bombers to nuke their bunkers. But in terms of the conflict that we're seeing right now, the crisis with the Strait of Hormuz and all this kind of shit, that wasn't there 8 months ago. So again, back to my point, you do not negotiate with these terrorists.
Okay.
Let me get CT and interrupted and then go see, okay? Chaotic? Yes, sir.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
How are you doing, sir?
Pretty good.
Question for you. From the ground. Do you think the United States? Do you think Israel dragged the United States to this war, or you think there was actually always a strategic motive to actually get into it, and it was just an excuse?
There was a strategic motive.
Do you believe if Israel wasn't involved in this situation, the United States would attack Iran regardless, just a matter of time?
Yes.
So based on that, do you think that all these pundits that are criticizing Donald Trump for starting a war, do you think, or for attacking Iran, do you think that they are low IQ, like Trump is calling them, or do you think they have actually clear and
without a
legitimate?
shadow of a doubt, each and every last one of them should be flogged and beaten in front of the White House for their treachery.
You think they're traitors?
Absolutely. I'm an American. I know a traitor when I see one.
If you were an
Candace
American, you
Owens,
would be
all-
pro-free
every
speech.
single
Let
one
him
of them.
finish his final. I'll give you all the floor. Let Chaotic is going to go on his monologue, so let him
I'm
land.
not going to
his
monologue at all. I'm just
no,
giving you
it's
the
fine,
right
it's fine. Let him go on a parachute, and then y'all got it. It's my responsibility. Go ahead, Chaotic.
Candace Owens, Nick Fuentes, all of them. Anybody who is undermining America right now, especially right now, is a traitor, and they should be brought up on charges. And if it were up to me, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I would tar and feather, to be honest with you, on national TV in front of the White House for their treachery and for supporting Islam. Islam is the worst. I already told you, man. I do not support Islam.
Well,
I don't want to say
like
anti.
right now.
Fatty, why is it that when I'm on a panel, I don't say anything? I let everybody talk and everybody's cutting me off. Can I just finish what I'm saying?
You
please,
are
Fatty?
totally
Fatty,
right,
can I
sir.
finish? We
You
talked
are
about this,
totally
Fatty.
right, sir. We
Can
are
we
going
not
to
talk
fight.
about this?
Let's
Okay.
go. Let's go. I agree with him. I agree. Let's go.
Give me 15 more seconds. I'm gonna say it again. They are turncoats. America is the greatest country on the planet. If it were not for America, I would argue we'd be in a damn Stone Age. Any foot on the neck of Islam is a good thing, in my opinion, to be completely honest with you. I'm gonna land my plane right there. Go ahead, guys.
Damn, now everybody quiet. That's crazy.
I wanted to ask, what charges should they be brought up on? You said they should be brought up on charges. What charges?
Yeah.
What law?
What charges?
Well, obviously, bro, I'm not an attorney. Obviously, they've broken no law, right? Obviously, I'm speaking from the sense of a proud patriot, in my own opinion. But nevertheless, man, it is not the time right now to undermine Donald Trump and his administration in this country. This country is literally policing the planet. This country is literally responsible for the global supply chain. And anytime you undermine this president, anytime you undermine this administration, you create people who will undermine systems and authority in America. I live around a college. I live in around a university, a very respectable private college. You should see the stupid kids they literally have Free Palestine shirts on walking around. You can't make this stuff up. They literally will wear the enemy's clothing right now. You have women who will literally say Free Palestine and Free Iran, even though if they were in Iran under that government, they would have to walk around with a goddamn burqa on. These people are stupid. And I really believe undermining our government, you create another generation of stupid kids who will create policy, who will undermine the next government, the next regime, the next administration, excuse me.
Okay, so there is no law. It's the First Amendment says that obviously people have to be able to say what it is that they want. And when you say that this isn't the time to be speaking against our president, this is exactly the time, not only because he's dragging our country into an unnecessary war where he could have just stayed in the JCPOA where we had peace with these countries in the first place, but on top of that, Donald Trump is betraying everything that he ran on. While he is correct on everything that he said about, Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens and all of these people and how stupid they are and that they're morons. Well, those are his biggest followers. Those are some of the people who helped get him elected for the bull crap that he ran on. And one of those things was not being the world police. So while you're sitting here saying, well, we're policing the world, Donald Trump ran on not policing the world, not getting into new wars, promised he was only going to end wars. He would not get into any wars. And now he's not only in a war, but on top of that, he is trying to police the other countries, as he said he would never do.
Isolationism, I believe, is the key word.
Tom, you are a good guy. We've spoken before, but I think you're a bit of a naive fool. And I'm saying that with all due respect. Sir, if it were not for the United States of America, bro, the greatest country that I live in and that you live in, sir, let's just be completely honest, man. Do you really want to live under Sharia law? Do you really want to live under dictatorships? Hold on for a second. Let me just finish, man. Let me finish because, I'm so tired of this treacherous behavior from people on the left. It's sickening listening to you guys, to be completely honest with you. Bro, let me tell you something right now, White, because all of you leftists are sitting on high horses here. You don't give a goddamn about no Iranians. Just like last week or the week before when I was over here, when I said you don't give a goddamn about Iranian children, just like you don't give a goddamn about Congolese children who are artisanal miners mining cobalt for your goddamn cell phones. You need to stop. Everybody needs to stop playing this moral game in America, living in the lap of luxury here. The fact of the matter is we should police this planet. And you know why we should police it? Because we have the power and the will and the manifest destiny to do it. Tom, I don't want to live under Islam. These people literally were slavers for thousands of years. Do you want that back? Do you want that back? Do you want these people to come over here and destroy a civilization, which they will do because they want to live like it's the stone goddamn age? Not me. Listen, I see China is making impressive inroads. That's the next topic. Do you want to live under a Chinese paradigm or an Asian paradigm? I want to live under Western civilization, buddy. And I'm only 41. I'm going to try my best to be a curator, to be a steward of Western civilization. You guys are destroying it. You guys on the left, to be completely honest with you, man.
See, that's
I'm in favor of us policing the rest of the world, which is why I was against Donald Trump. I think we should police the rest of the world. The things that Donald Trump ran on were absolutely stupid. And yes, isolationism is a very stupid thing to run on and campaign on. But on top of that, I'm not afraid of Sharia law from Muslims. I'm afraid of Sharia law from people like you who want to tar and feather somebody just because they said something against your president.
See, that's the difference between the left and the right. The left understands that criticism is a part of the accountability that we're putting up against our government. People confuse criticism with disloyalty. That is not disloyalty. That is us holding our government accountable because we elected them. That doesn't make us disloyal. We're just as patriotic as any other person here.
That's not true. Yeah, but you're criticizing HQ. You're criticizing Trump for calling out his own side.
Let the land and then HQ, and then I want Ghosty and Kamal over here. Atina, save the last for best.
You have it backward. When you say we're not patriotic, if we criticize, you got it backward. In a democracy, questioning leadership is a part of being engaged in our country. It is not disloyalty. This is something that we're supposed to do. We're supposed to hold our people accountable.
Yeah, you're supposed to criticize people even if they're on your own side. You don't play team games, which is what Trump is doing by calling out, like you guys claimed, that the reason why Trump got elected was because of Tucker Carlson, Candace Owen, and all this kind of stuff. And now Trump is calling them out for being low IQ because they're making erroneous claims that Israel dragged us into this war. So Trump's doing what you just preached, AQ.
It's also ludicrous that she says that they're patriotic. Last person that criticized the left, that to that extent, they took out, his name was Charlie Kirk, and then the left danced on his grave and sold images of him getting shot. It's outrageous that you're going to sit here and say these despicable things and say we hate all these people, and then, oh, Lord, you should leave, you're the evil one. I've walked down the road, and I've seen people on protest, and every time someone's screaming and saying the worst things to someone that's lefty, if I say, for example, and it won't even be that hard to take, oh, you know what, I'm a Southern Baptist, right? And the Southern Baptists, they don't like the LGBTQ. But you know what? And I'll tell you something. The truth will set you free. Martin Luther King said that. You might have heard of it, right? And when I say I don't give a shit if they're gay, you can take me at my face. But if I sit here and say, oh, I'm a Southern Baptist, all of a sudden, you know what they're going to do on the left? You're going to sit here and scream, how this man's evil. This man's awful. He wants all these things. Because guess what? You can't take any criticism. And when you sit here and say you're patriotic, it's an outright lie. You'll sit here and squash things left and right. Remember when we wanted to talk about COVID? We couldn't can do that on YouTube. We can talk about all these things. And so y'all sit here and put down all these laws and say, oh, Lord, we're going to sit here and be patriotic. And then y'all are the ones killing people that disagree with you. You're the ones that are sitting here saying, putting down laws, saying we can't talk about things. And then y'all want to try to turn around and put this branding onto Trump, saying that's what he's doing. That's not what he's doing. He's been saying he's going to whoop Iran's ass since the 80s, if you've been listening. And when y'all talk about inconsistency, he didn't say isolationism. We've called it back, going back to the Monroe Doctrine, or a modern version, the Donroe Doctrine, where we control our hemisphere. We look out for America first at a worldwide level. And you just maybe have been sitting here and mischaracterizing that and lying, but that's the truth. And maybe you should pay attention to what the truth is, and y'all wouldn't be so confused. Thank you.
Sorry, what did Trump say? What did Trump say about the senators that got shot?
Our hemisphere?
What did Trump say about the senators that got shot, about Nancy Pelosi's husband, about executing people in Congress, blah, 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 blah. But besides that, you guys are all fucking hypocrites. You guys, so we started with no new wars. We started with isolationism. We don't want to get involved in Ukraine because America's done policing the world. Okay. You guys are absolute fools if you think we are involved in Iran because we're afraid of Islam extremism. This is again another fucking excuse. We're only there because Israel wants us there. If Israel was fighting Russia, shut up. If Israel was fighting Russia,
England said the exact same thing, and the rapes have skyrocketed by 10. The rapes in England was 8,000, and now they're 80,000 in England because they said Islam's not a threat to Britain.
This isn't Britain, dude. This has nothing to do with
Islam.
Muslims moving to America.
Islam can go fuck itself.
You are fools. It has nothing to do with that. Also, you guys are fucking. You guys are so fucking hypocritical because you guys act like religious zealots in our government. You guys act like the Islamists.
Yeah, I could be a hypocrite all I want.
Can you stop talking when I'm talking? It's the first time I'm fucking talking. Jesus.
All you're doing is doing ad hominem fallacies. You need to actually make an argument.
I actually am. You're not fucking listening.
Sitting here and saying we're all fools. Address our arguments, not us.
I called you hypocrites and then I explained why.
That's not addressing our arguments. Calling us hypocrites is not addressing our arguments.
Well, if you talk over me, you probably can't hear my fucking argument, so.
Your argument is blah, blah, blah. You're all fools, blah, 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 blah.
Says the guy who had repeated low IQ losers for the first 30 minutes of the entire
proved that you're
debate.
low IQ because you're not able to answer questions.
You didn't answer our questions. What are you talking about? You immediately
I can't.
I see this.
Answer the question. I answered the question.
Real quiet, real quick.
You see what I'm saying? He's sitting there going to go, oh, you guys aren't asking our questions. Why didn't Trump call another ceasefire? Can you answer that question, Tom?
I already did.
Okay, yeah, you did. You see, you're a disingenuous prick.
Okay. Did I say because he said we won the war? Did I say that? Yes or no? Just yes or no. I don't need another ramble from you. Yes or no? Did I say because Trump said we won?
I'm asking you, why did he not call another ceasefire this time round, Tom?
He did. He's been trying to negotiate one. What are you talking about? We're in the middle of negotiations right now. We're trying to
shut up on social media about the ceasefire.
What are you crazy? Have you been asleep?
So 8 months ago, he called ceasefire and Israel stood down. And now they're trying to do a ceasefire. But like I explained to that, he's using their own tactic against them. The same way Iran negotiated with Obama when Obama sent them over planes full of cash, and you were like, that's a good deal, which again highlights how you're low IQ. See how I proved that, Ghosty, that you're low IQ by sending money to terrorents? You think that's a good deal? That's a low IQ take.
I'm not a fan of Iran. I'm not a fan of Islam. But you guys are idiots to think we're getting in a war with them because of that and not because of Israel. It's just cope. It's literally straight up cope.
Yeah, again,
there's no reason. Nobody knows why we're there.
Saying that it's cope.
I know why we're there.
We are allies with Israel, and when they need us, we do it. But when Russia, who is also an enemy of the United States, gets in a war with one of our allies next to NATO, we're like, nah. Who cares? We don't want to do this. We don't want a world police anymore. You guys have no fucking values. And it's just funny because like Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, this is the first time I've actually seen MAGA stand up for their values and not go against their own values in support and following Trump, but his
you
followers are clearly deterring the other way.
I'm trying to figure out how the 4 horsemen of MAGA are somehow traitors now. Like, this makes no sense. You're talking about 4 people who, if they didn't exist, Trump as president would never exist.
Well, Amy Ross has more cool than any of them. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Candace Owens is basically Alex Jones now. Like, come on, bro. Like, are you serious? Face?
Bro, are you serious?
MAGA is Trump, not Tucker Carlson.
If she was a boxer, her name would be Candace. It's the Jews, Owens. Like, you got to be kidding me, bro. Like, she's outrageous. She's talking about lizard people the other day. Like, you got to be fucked up talking about her being serious.
The left has been saying this for 3 fucking years about Candace Owens, and all of a sudden it's like, oh.
You guys literally loved that lizard talk for 10 years, and now instantly it's a bad thing. This is why nobody takes MAGA and conservative seriously, because you don't take yourself seriously. This is insane.
That's not true, because
again, this is not an argument.
Candace started going
you guys are not serious. Can you make a point?
Started to separate them.
I did make a point, bro.
Oh, no, Obama didn't send
saying we're not serious is not a point, bro.
Obama didn't send plane loads of money over there just to bribe them. We owed them that money because they bought equipment from us that never arrived. So Obama sent the money back. We did not send money over there just to begin.
HQ. Iran already just made a hell of a lot more under Trump with this whole Strait of Hormuz fiasco than the pallets of cash. It's an obsolete talking point, but they still up here yapping.
Right?
Yep. They've made more money.
Again,
Trump
not a point.
They made more money is what
He's going to do it too. Trump said
They
that he
made
was
more money.
going to enter into it and try to make money off the Strait of Hormuz with them. Trump wants to become partners with them. So while you guys are sitting here talking about how they're crazy terrorists and that they're so insane, we don't want to deal with people like this, Trump is trying to enter into business deals with them and have them as a partner.
With the Iranian people, yeah.
That's absolutely correct. With the new regime that we control,
Yes, Reza Pahlavi.
How well has our regimes that we put in place before worked out?
Pretty good, considering we run the Middle East now. We own Saudis, we own the Kuwaitis, we own Qatar, we own Israel, we own Jordan, we own Turkey. These are our bitches. I don't know if you heard of NATO. They're getting bitch slapped right now because they weren't actually our allies. They've been stuck on a fatigue. And guess what? Ukraine, they don't have the same agreements that we do with Israel. Guess what Israel's got? They have their own versions of the F-35 and F-15 that are better than ours, and we've took stuff and taken stuff from them. They invented new tactics to use with these planes. We've taken that and used that. Like, so when you're talking about that versus Ukraine, guess what? Ukraine, now they bought some weapons, they invented some new tech, and they're worth a damn. They negotiated a mineral rights deal with. Okay, now it's worth us getting involved a little bit over there. But as before, no, they weren't our allies. That's why they got our fucking World War II cast-offs that are still better than Russia's top-tier shit. And also, Russia, they thought they were going to do good because of the oil and Iran thing. And then guess what? We gave them intel, and they got their oil refineries bombed. And now they haven't made any money. So also, when you're talking about Iran doing well, you're wrong. They haven't done well. We literally, on tape today, it's all over the news, have the current guy that's being the president told that he can't even say, hey, we can't pay our people. So if they're so rich, how the fuck are they fucking not able to pay their people? Come on. Like, which is it?
Can I ask you a question before Tina and Mr. Kamal goes? Why are the United States so willing to do business with Iran, but they were reluctant to do business with Ukraine? Right? There was a point of time where the United States didn't want to sell weapons to Ukraine. They didn't want to negotiate with Europe. And all of a sudden, for whatever reason, they are very willing to negotiate and put money on the pockets of literally the enemy that is warring, is with conflict with them right now in Israel. Like, why does that happen?
Well, it's pretty simple. One, like I said, it's called 11 super carriers. We got 2 in the region right now. We bombed the shit out of them. The current regime that was there, they're gone. They're dead. They're in the ground. They're literally on the side of a wall. And you're sitting here going, hey, what's the same regime? No, they have a cardboard cutout, like this other guy said earlier. I'm sorry, I don't know your name off the top of my head. But yeah, they have a cardboard cutout, and they can't even pretend to bring the real guy out because he's dead. They're posting meme AI videos, and they can't pay you. So, of course, we're going to try to put someone in charge that we own. We are the superpower. We're literally going to own them. And I don't know what happens when you own a business, but guess what? You pay those people. It's pretty simple. But when Obama did it, he was capitulating. There's a totally different situation. And that was bad policy. And they go, they were following the rule. Okay, how How did they get 60% enriched uranium then? How come the inspectors said they were shutting them out? So y'all are just ill-informed or lying. That's the problem, and it's easily fact-checkable.
Hey,
it's Terry, by the way.
What part are you even disagreeing with?
If Trump got Obama's 2015 Iranian nuclear deal negotiated, Admiral and Teriyak would be glazing nonstop. They would be glazing Trump hard nonstop. And guess what? Obama even got Russia to sign off on that deal. Trump is out on an island by himself. This is pathetic rhetoric coming from you, bro. This is insane.
Yeah, you're a projector. You're a projector.
Of course they're going to sign off on the good deal. If I see my boy taking advantage of the car dealership and they're just pulling him over the barrel, I'm going to go, yeah, boy, sign that deal. Like, of course they're going to say that. Like, Jesus Christ. What logic is that?
This is coke.
Let me get to Tina. Let me get to Tina and Kamal over here, and then I'll open the panel, pass the microphone to Chaotic, read the super chats, and then we go to the next topic. There's 280 people watching. I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much for being here. We're going to read the super chats in a second, and in a few I'll send everybody to the Wake Up Fatty show. So if you're watching these on any platform, please support the content creators. We are going to read every super chat no matter where you send it, so make sure you support them, please. Go ahead, Tina, Kamal, and Chaotic, take us on. Super chat in a few.
It's kind of hard because it's like there's certain things I agree with, like the left, and there are certain things I agree with on the right. And normally I'm extremely far right-winged, but to say that like someone's above reproach is kind of crazy. And sir, I don't know what your name is. You have that rectangular mic. I think it was a little bit of a Freudian slip when you said challenging this regime. Like that was, and no one said anything when you said that in regards to the Trump administration, and you corrected yourself. But honestly, when I voted for Trump, I do not support Palestine. I'm not a fan of Islam. There's a lot of things that I don't like at all. But when I scrutinized something that Trump had done, when I tell you these people came out and started attacking me the same way, because, and I say this was my temporary insanity, I guess, in college when I was more left wing for a few years of my life, temporary insanity. I noticed the same thing whenever I was like, hey, you guys, we have to be able to have these conversations. And then the people on the left were acting extreme. And now I'm seeing the right wing people do the same exact thing. I think it's hypocritical on both sides. It's like watching a bunch of toddlers fight with each other. And it's very frustrating because both sides have some actual good points. And I may agree with a lot of the policies that Trump's done, but there are certain things that, like, yeah, he should be saying that scrutinizing some of his actions means you're a traitor is absolutely insane. And saying that people like Tucker Carlson needs to be tar and feathered is outrageous. This is the same tactics that the left was doing. It's the whole reason why we separated ourselves. We said that they were violent and all of that. And then you're saying the same type of rhetoric. Like, I really don't understand that. You're doing the same exact
so real quick, and I'll let you go, Chaotic, after this, but real quick, Athena, I just want to gauge your point. If Tucker Carlson was giving confidential information to the Iranian regime, would he deserve to be tarred and feathered? Yes or no? Just real quick. I want to pass off the Chaotic.
Giving,
confidential information to the Iranian regime.
Oh, yes, absolutely, yes.
Okay, Chaotic, go ahead.
No comment. No comment. I don't have a rebuttal. No, that's my opinion, man. I already said what I had to say about it.
What? Damn, Kartik didn't fight. I'm very surprised on this one. Kamal, you got it, my brother. Comment on anything you heard, Kamal, on these first 50 minutes of back and forth.
Man, I gotta say, man, Fatty, you are the Jerry Springer of the digital streets right now.
Oh, don't do it. We'll be able to throw it out today.
Yeah, you got characters on here, bro. I'm telling you right now, bro.
Y'all doing awesome. Nobody calling nobody names. Hey, by the way, My editor told Teriyaki to ease with the R words because he has a lot of work to do afterwards. So don't do that. Go ahead, Kamal. My bad. Go ahead.
Man, it's been a lot, man, taking this in. First of all, I'm so confused. Teriyaki, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That accent is coming through real thick, bro. I don't know if you Irish or you American, bro.
He's Irish.
Gibbs, they want you to turn down the mic, bro. They say you kind of loud. You sound kind of like a wrestler, bro. This is my thing.
Oh yeah.
For real. I don't really want us to go in a war like this. You feel me? Because I know people that got kids that will be drafted. But goddamn it, if we in a war, I want America to win. I don't want no motherfucking Chinese people ruling over me. F that. I know how the races is out here already. Them Chinese races, hell no. Y'all see what they doing to them African people over there, beating them with sticks and shit? F that. Y'all people be sounding crazy if y'all want America to lose if we in a war. That sounds.
I don't want America to lose.
Who said that?
I don't want America to lose. Like I'm totally on America's side. I just don't think that this is like beneficial. Gibbs keeps like bragging that we're beating up on tiny little nations that are nothing compared to us, so that we own Qatar and we own the Oman. Like these are not countries.
Yo, guys,
that
stop
are
that
even
fence
in
riding.
the
Stop
same
that
league
fence
as us.
riding shit. If us withdrawing right now means we take the L, absolutely, because that means no more deaths. And so if that means we take the L in a war we should have never been in to begin with, then so be it.
Including American deaths. Yeah, there will be more.
You do understand like the concept of like mowing the grass, right? Like if I don't go and mow the grass, then it's gonna keep popping up. And you know what? I'm gonna say the kind of heartless take, right? And I'm just gonna go ahead and bite the bullet because someone needs to. Like, listen, these people are not our fucking friends. The current regime over there is not our friend. China is not our friend. Russia is not our friend. Venezuela, they're our bitch now, but they're not our friend. All these people right over there, they are working to set up an economic system that is against the United States. That's what BRICS was. I think it's called SYNC now, but that's what they were doing. They're sitting here. It's been an economic war play against us right now, against the petrodollar, against American dominance. They want to move to multipolarity as opposed to unipolarity. If you're disagreeing with that, then you're wrong. I'm just sorry, you're wrong. And now, here's the problem. I don't want to live under any other country rule, whether it's Chinese, Japanese, American, that's not anything that's not American. I'm out. I don't want it. I want to be America first. We should just conquer the world, honestly, and just bring freedom to everybody, and then they can rule it wherever. I don't give a shit. That'd be the best case, but we're not going to do that. In the meantime, though, we have to go mow the grass. And Iran, if you just leave them unattended, they're going to fester like a wound. You don't let a wound get fester. You go in there and clean it out with rubbing alcohol. Now, that might sound bad, but if we don't do this, you know how you're worried about deaths? It's going to be way more deaths when they're over there trying to genocide Israel. It's going to be way more deaths when they're over here spreading Iranian influence, which is a Shia regime against our Sunni allies. That's what's going to be bad too. It's going to be even way worse when they cut off oil to other countries and use that to fund the war in Russia. Oh, so you like talking about all these deaths and you want to sit on your moral high horse, but you're actually causing more deaths by sitting here and wanting to capitulate instead of getting the job done just because it's icky. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not worried about that. I understand as a rancher that if you go down there, sometimes you got to shove your hand up a cow's ass to save it. And guess what? That's what we're doing now. We're putting our hand in a dirty situation and we're getting dirty and we're getting the job fucking done.
But it's not.
And just real quick, Tarus, how many American lives are lost per year just training for the military? You even know?
I don't know, but we're talking about combat right now.
Anywhere between 200 to 400 American lives are lost just having a military. That's the cost doing business. You've lost 15 soldiers so far in this conflict.
Yeah,
this whole thing of like we're losing American lives and all this kind of stuff is
a bunch
moot.
of kids that didn't have to die, a bunch of civilians that didn't have to die. Like, I don't get what your point
training is something that's necessary. It's a little bit different going to war, but when we're talking about like trying to deal with like
so your whole argument of life, American life, is moot.
They signed up.
Go ahead, Tom.
No, it is, especially when we're talking about an illegal, unprovoked war.
Yes.
Like, seriously,
an illegal,
stop trying to minimize war. That. Bro.
Did Congress declare war?
Oh my God!
That is not illegal.
Fatty, we talked about this 2 weeks ago. We should have like a whiteboard of obsolete talking points that we have destroyed. Congress hasn't declared war since 1942. So, audience, according to Teriyaki, Korea wasn't a war. Vietnam wasn't a war. The Gulf War in the 90s wasn't a war. Iraq and Afghanistan wasn't a war because we didn't declare war. Do you understand how stupid you
claimed
sound?
it was
He
illegal.
wasn't saying it wasn't a war.
Presidents get it's called authorized use of military force. Right, so stop this idea of it's not technically it's a war. It's a conflict.
Illegal.
You sound like Vladimir Putin. It's not a war. It's a special military.
I have a follow-up question. I have a Teriak.
Wait. He didn't say it wasn't a war, though. He didn't he didn't say it wasn't a war.
I
he was
thought he
saying
did.
it wasn't
I
illegal.
thought he did.
That's
He said
exactly what I heard.
That's my whole point.
That's exactly what I heard. He absolutely said it wasn't a war, Tom.
So let me ask a question. Let me ask a question.
Even though Trump and Rubio call it a war, Tom.
Let me ask a question. Let me ask a question to the panel real quick.
Did Congress declare war? He was asking, did they declare war because you called it an illegal war? And so he's saying, well, it's not. He's saying all of the other wars weren't declared either. So if this one's illegal, then like every conflict that we've been in since World War II would be illegal as well.
But is that one second, friend? Is that semantics? Is that semantics? Because
the war thing is, but again, that wasn't the argument that he was making. So I'm just saying, like, it wouldn't even make sense to get into the like semantics. That wasn't his.
Tom, respectfully, I think that was the argument he was trying.
Sure.
To
make. So who thinks that this conflict/war is legitimate? Put your hand up. Who thinks is legitimate? So we have Admiral.
What do you mean by legitimate?
Legitimate means it's justified. It's justified.
Like it's justified.
Yes. So we have Bettina, we have Admiral, CT.
Like I don't think it's illegal.
And Teriak.
I don't.
No. Not that's why I'm not using the word legal or illegal, because technically none of these wars were authorized by Congress. To be honest,
like there's a good reason to start it.
Do y'all like the? So
way more complicated than that.
Can I explain why we're
absolutely
Tom, the reason why we consider Tom? We're going to use like Iraq standards when we're talking about illegal. So remember how Iraq ended up being a legal war because they lied about weapons of mass destruction? This is how we're talking about a legal war because they're still talking about nukes that they said they obliterated 8 months ago.
Yeah, well, so that's why I would say that, like it's problematic because Donald Trump pulled us out. Donald Trump pulled us out of the JCPOA, which is what started this problem in the first place.
Right.
We wouldn't have to deal with them enriching uranium to 60%. Under the JCPOA, they never enriched uranium. Then Trump pulls us out. Yes, now they're enriching uranium. So now you've created the problem that now you're going to war with them over. And then same with them closing the Strait of Hormuz. You caused them to close the Strait of Hormuz. And now the conflict is over whether or not the Strait of Hormuz is open. So he keeps setting people's houses on fire and then spitting on it and wanting everybody to thank him for attempting to put it out and failing at it. Like it's that this is kind of like when you say justified or whatever. Like it's kind of that if in a scenario where Iran is enriching uranium, yes, I think it makes sense for the United States to go over there and put a stop to it. But when Iran is agreeing that they will only enrich uranium to civilian levels, just as it was within the JCPOA, and if we come to a similar agreement to the JCPOA, they will agree to that. But Donald Trump refuses to get back into a deal like that and says that instead they can't enrich uranium whatsoever. He's insisting on 0% enrichment. That is where normally the circumstances I would say would call for us to go to war unless they're making good faith attempts to negotiate, and Donald Trump is the one who is not making good faith attempts to negotiate. Then it kind of changes.
Yeah, Tom, they're expecting Iran to honor an agreement Trump pulled us out of. That's no longer it's that call that out directly, man. This is trash.
Let me ask CTD. CT, do you believe that Iran should take Donald Trump's word when a deal is on the table? Do you think they should believe his word? Do you think?
Yeah.
Any justification on why you think they actually should take his word for it?
Because isn't he a master negotiator? Has he not? I mean, doesn't he have a proven record of being a negotiator?
And if they don't, they get bombed, bro. Like, it's that simple.
Yeah, I mean,
do what we want or lose.
You have a president who's a businessman, man. The guy has a proven track record of deals, man. I mean, you think? Come on, man.
He's a track record of bankruptcy.
So let me ask you this, right?
Bankruptcy is legal in America. I'm sorry, you can do that in America. That's the beauty of America.
You a good business person, though.
Says who?
He's had 6 bankruptcies and 500 plus businesses. That's outrageous. I'm sorry.
Right. I mean, no, I'm saying who? Saying who? You Ghost? Are you a billionaire?
Are you?
No, but Trump is one.
Trump
he's
is.
one.
Trump is because his daddy was. It's not like he started from the ground up.
Get the
I'm
fuck
sorry,
outta here,
but there's
Ghosty.
not much merit in that. It's like, oh, congratulations.
Is she wrong for y'all saying, "Oh my God, wasn't he a real estate tycoon"? It's like saying LeBron James Jr. is like saying LeBron James Jr. at 50 is a billionaire. He's supposed to kind of, right?
Fatty, you are not an American. Let me explain to you. Trump.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. American.
Fatty, Trump's dad, Fatty, made money off of welfare recipients with his homes and his apartments. Trump 10x'd it, 100x'd the business. So he did have to work hard. Fatty, don't let these Americans fool you. Trump worked hard for what he got, man. He's the master of negotiation, man.
So CT actually, if Trump put the money that he inherited on the S&P 500, he would have way more money than he has now. Most of the money that actually acquired to go above the billionaire mark was during his president mandate, doing these shenanigans deals with other countries. And for the most part, I don't know if y'all remember, there was a point of time where Donald Trump had a casino. His dad literally went to the casino, bought $1 million in chips, and literally just bounced and went away. Donald Trump might be the mess, like he might have the results, but if you actually look at history, I think anybody on this panel just putting the money on the S&P 500 and going to sleep for 20 years would actually have better results than him. Matter of
Atlantic
fact,
City is a wreck. I go there almost every year. Before Trump, it was really nice, and now it's a piece of shit. Like,
Fatty, who do you invest with? Fidelity? Who do you invest with? I'm curious.
The Giro.
Who do you invest with? The who?
The Giro is a stock exchange. The Giro, DEGENIRO.
So have you ever traded in indices? Because you named it S&P, right? That's an indice, right? You ever traded in indices?
You're talking about index funds?
Yeah, the index. Have you ever traded?
Yes, I have money on the S&P 500. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so are you a retail stock trader, or do you have a license or whatever?
No. I'm a retail stock trader.
How would you know? So how would you know what somebody's outcome would be? How would you know?
Because the S&P 500 has an average yearly, and I can literally go and see how was the S&P 500 doing in 82 and how the S&P 500 is doing now. I can go and see the amount of money Donald Trump inherited from his dad, and I can literally make an assessment. Y'all not going to get me with this. I wouldn't recommend you to do that to me. That's the same. Right?
How much did he? Fatty, did Donald Trump? How much did Donald Trump inherit from it? How much did Donald Trump inherit?
$300 to $400 million.
Dude, his dad didn't have that kind of money when he
absolutely did.
It's a character. Hold on. If this number is accurate, hold on. Hang on. Hold on. I got this one. Hold on. It's $400 million. If you account for inflation, right, bro? Hold on.
Looky, Donald Trump got a head start from his dad. Can we just keep it at that? He got a head start.
Sure. I'll take that. But he's all.
Okay. He got a head start.
But hold on.
Hold on. 1 second. I got you, Admiral. So Donald Trump, as a source, claimed that he got $1 million, a small loan of $1 billion. The New York Times, after investigative reports based on 100,000 pages of tax returns, found out he was $413 million.
Hey, I'll grant that, Daddy.
Y'all can do whatever you want now. Chaotic and Admiral to the floor. I'll just report to you.
One question, Fatty.
Go ahead, CT.
Just one question to you, Fatty. If what you were saying is, because you know a lot of this stuff on Google is bullshit, right? Even with people's network. If what you were saying is so true, why was his brother an airline pilot?
Well, I'll even.
But hold on, let Fatty answer. Fatty, if what you're saying is true, let's assume everything you're saying is true.
Yes.
Why was his brother an airline pilot?
Because he likes to fly planes, and because because he likes to fly planes, and the second one. 1 second. No, let me actually tell you. flight pilots are probably top 5 in the most well-paid professionals if you're not taking motherfucking diamonds from the floor. So his money, no, 1 second. So his money and his status. There's no more, if a pilot comes into the room, as long as he's not the president of something, the pilot probably is the most high status in 99% of the rooms and is the best paid in those rooms. Why wouldn't he become a pilot if he likes to fly planes?
Well, on top of that, I just want to point out. I just want to point this out because you were saying if I was to get $1 million from my dad and to just throw it in the S&P and wait 20 years, I would make a better return than Donald Trump. That was your claim, Fatty.
No, that was not my claim. One second. My claim was if you pick the money that he inherent, which is $414, if you put that money on the S&P 500 in 2019, not in 2010, not in 2000, not in, if you put that 6 years ago, the S&P 500 literally doubled the money. So if you connect that to his fact that he's doing business deals using his presidency role, you would have clearly way more than $1 billion. You still will be a billionaire. One second, please. Only in 5 years. This is not. This is not debatable. What are we doing?
One sec. Because if it was to double, if it was to double in value, you still wouldn't have $1 billion.
No,
and Trump is multiple billions.
I was promised I get to respond to this. I would like to respond to what you said, Patty, since you
I got you, Tom. Don't worry about it.
I just before they keep responding to something.
What is that, Ghosty?
I want to correct like what's
My
being
bunny.
said. So Trump gained yes about a 400 million in a bunch of different ways. Like a lot of it was through like some of it was stocks, some of it was real estate, some of it was businesses. Him and his brother also sold their dad's business for like $170 million or something like that. And it was so it ended up being a total of 400 million over the course of like years and years and years. So it wasn't like he was just given, where he says I was given a small loan of $1 million. It wasn't like they just gave him $400 million in one sitting. It was over a bunch of different a bunch of different ways, a bunch of different means, a bunch of different periods in time. It was so, and then on top of that, you add inflation to it, and like how much that would be today, it would be very different numbers. But yeah.
So you disagree with the statement, just to make sure. So you disagree with the statement that Donald Trump is not outpacing, like the original statement is the master of the deal, and I'm saying. Technically, anybody on this conversation, if we inherit the money that he has and did conservative investment, we will be very close to what he has. Is that an unfair statement, Tom, or you agree?
The reason that's like really important is because people who like, if you go work at a like a record label or something like that, by far the majority of people that they bring in, they fail with, right? They'll fail with like 99% of the artists that they bring in. They don't make albums. They don't get on like the Billboard top 100 or anything like that. But the 1% who does ends up bringing in all of the money to pay off for those people plus more. And so that's kind of what it is with somebody like Donald Trump, where you have that much money, you have this many chances to keep gambling with the money and eventually make money, where they say like, oh, he went bankrupt this short amount of times out of like 500 businesses. Well, yeah, if you get chances at 500 businesses, you got to hit like big once or twice only. And so, yes, most people don't have millions and millions of dollars to invest in that many businesses and fail that many.
So I would like to respond now. All right, couple things. Let's just, hey guys, my conservatives, trust me, I got this one. Just like let them. It's gonna sound like I don't know.
Tom, come over here, Tom.
But just trust old Papa for a second. All right. First of all, let's just grant Fatty's premise, except for the S&P thing, that he got 413 million. We don't even have to do what Tom Foley said. Let's just say he got it straight cash or whatever method Fatty wants to claim. I'm gonna let him say all that because I don't really give a shit about any of that because that's not important to the point we're gonna make. Let's just grant all that. Okay. So first of all, we can all say 413 billion is less than 413 million is less than $1 billion. So that sounds like it's less than $500 million. So okay, cool. We at least doubled it. So that's at least pretty good. Secondly, we got to factor in 70% of wealthy families, the top 1%, they lose their money by the second generation. So, okay, he's in the top 30 percentile at least. And not only is he in the top 30 percentile, he's actually doubling his fucking inheritance if we just take Fatty at face value. So, no, it would be better than the S&P, even at Fatty's best argument. Even with his argument granting all the money, that's just not true what you said. It's not true because one, that's accounting like Tom said for over the course of lifetime, valuing it for inflation. It's not like he got this 413 mil straight cash yesterday and it's in today's dollars. That's important. Tom will agree with that, and you just laid it out. Now, even if we grant that premise, no, it's just not happening. Secondly, y'all brought up the businesses. He's got over 400 or 500 businesses, 6 bankruptcies total. Wow. I wish I had that ratio. I own 3 businesses, and I've had to fucking sell one. I didn't even want to sell it. I sold it because I wanted to buy something else. If I maybe did as good as Trump, I could have kept that business and maybe made 5 more and then got 1 bankruptcy. That would have been pretty good. You know what? Like, this is a common practice in business to have bankruptcies, especially at the high level. So that argument's out the window. Now, let's just go talk one more thing. When you sit here and say, oh, you're blaming him saying his daddy gave him, let's say his daddy gave him all this cash straight. You're mad that his dad was successful and taught his son not to be like this other 70% of losers, and he took that advantage and ran with it and was one of the most premier developers in all of New York City, the crown jewel of the economy in the United States, until Dallas came along and stole all that shit, because we're better here in Texas and we know it, like Globo Gym. And I gotta say, when y'all sit here and call me a wrestler, by the way, I love it. That's good. I'm trying to match the energy. Fatty puts on a good show and has all these people dancing and all these gifs, and you know what? I gotta say, if we're gonna do that, you got to bring some charisma, and the whoopins are happening right now. And I don't even need the charisma because we're just speaking fact.
Well, the problem is that we can't fail them many times, though.
Tom, I put you up there for you to be a moderator, Tom.
Life is over.
Hey, friends. Which billionaire rug pulls their own constituents when you have $1 billion? Donald Trump literally created the Trump coin and rug pulled their old supporters and fuck his old shit. Donald Trump, even 4 years ago, was convicted of fraud on Trump University, $25 million, because that motherfucker is so greedy and he was struggling so bad that he had to literally scam these people. Not only that, the New York City, this man is a master negotiator. New York City banned him from doing business from 10 years and gave him an ass whooping of a fine because he was lying on his tax returns and on the money notes. Donald Trump couldn't literally borrow money from nobody. If y'all know anything about politics and economics, once you have the money and the power, you don't even have to spend your money. The bank comes knocking at your door and saying, sir, let me borrow against your money. You don't have to spend nothing. I'll give you 2% interest and you can gamble with our money. He was so bad at gambling with the bank money that he had to go outside of the United States looking for financing. Respectfully, friends, respectfully, Donald Trump is a motherfucker that stumbled upwards. That's all. No. He's one of these individuals that has the ability of stumble, and when you look at him, instead of him being on the bottom just like us, he actually stumbled upwards because the Trump brand actually has power. And the Trump brand didn't stop with Donald Trump. The Trump brand started with his dad. If you look at all his family, you can see this family is very well positioned. Even the kids. One second, please. One second. Let me just finish, and then you got it. Friends.
Just one thing.
A man that is the embodiment of good business is not doing insider trading like he been doing on the last 3 months, 4 months, 7 months, where he pump fakes tariffs, pump fakes wars, pump fakes whatever it is, and his motherfucking 7 feet tall son gets millions and millions of dollars while the rest of the consumer base literally gets wiped out because these motherfuckers are playing God with your money. So respectfully, he might have good results, but you can tell me that it's actually Donald Trump being a great master negotiator and all that shit. This motherfucker doesn't know how to get out of a wet paper bag. You guys got it.
Yeah, you say that, but I just want to correct the figures real quick.
I got you, HQ.
Let me say the one thing. Grifters and shysters come in all money brackets. And Donald Trump is a grifter and a shyster at the highest level. Period.
Right, great. So just to reinforce Admiral Gibbs' argument.
Afterwards.
Even if you grant that Donald Trump inherited 400 million before his presidency, he had a net worth of 7 billion, which is a 15x increase on what he inherited. So to say that he couldn't fight his way out of a paper bag is showing that you're financially literate.
No, where did you got this number?
Google.
Hey, that number
you are saying that Donald Trump had $7 billion before 2016.
No, it's about 4 billion for this.
Even on the roast of Donald Trump, his joke was, "What's the difference between a wet raccoon and Donald Trump's hair?" A wet raccoon doesn't have $5 or $6 billion in the fucking bank.
So why is it?
I thought the numbers was quoted as 3.5.
And that's it. And of the 3.5, once again, that's not your network, because that motherfucker was in massive debt. That was the assets. If you actually look at the massive debt that he has, to the point where he couldn't actually buy, he probably was worth as much as me and Taruz. He just said respectfully, right? But once again.
No, he literally says that. He says that he was talking about the fact that he was pointing at grocerymen, saying those guys are worth more than me, because he had so much in assets, really, like, big houses and everything, but he was in more debt than what he was worth.
Tom, you remember his sons bragging about the fact that they didn't need American funding because they was getting it from overseas? Because, to Fatty's point, it got to the point where none of the banks here in America would loan money to him.
It's okay when they do it, though. If Joe Biden does it, it's a big scandal, or Hunter Biden.
I'm actually, I'll take it. I'll bite the bullet. It's based that Biden and it's based Trump is doing it. Fine. I'm glad that they're successful and they're going to have money for their kids. I don't give a shit. He's either broke and successful, or he's corrupt and successful. I don't give a shit. He's either broke and I just don't get it. It's like, no, I don't give a shit if they're corrupt at this point. They're all corrupt. All our leaders are corrupt. We all know it. So at least this guy's coming in and cleaning shit out. You're not going to sit here and sell that shit to me. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit.
Before Cotty goes, y'all are the party of family values. You believe in honesty, and you believe in truth, and you believe in Christianity.
I believe in capitalism. I don't give a fuck about that. Maybe some other Republicans do. But you're arguing with me. Are those Republicans in the room?
I'm not arguing about that. I'm not arguing with you, right?
747 back home with them after the presidency, and you talking about he trying to clean out shit. Stop it, bro.
Nancy Pelosi earns $200,000 a year, but she's worth over $200 million. Explain that.
1 second, ISO. And you know what's funny? Nancy Pelosi needs to go. Hillary Clinton needs to go. You don't find no Tom. You're going to find it, right? But if you talk with most Democrats or lefties, yes, if they did something, get him. If Joe Biden's son is a crackhead, get him. If Hillary did something, get him. And as soon as we talk about the other side, right? Because we said get him. As soon as you say, should Donald Trump be arrested by ABC, or should these people on this administration? Hey, man, the Democrats did it. I don't get it. Once again, and you can respond.
Not everybody. Nobody says that.
Just 1 second, friends. We are 16 months in, and I keep seeing y'all do shows. What about Obama? What about Kamala? What about Obama?
I said it was based on that fucking party.
Y'all are literally in war with Iran. Y'all are literally in war with Iran. The Epstein files still locked. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on. The Russia war didn't stop. You put your other countries first. You still have a bunch of homeless. Employment for the first time. There was no jobs created ever. And y'all are talking about Kamala Harris. Come on, man.
Because so 1 sec. So, Fatty, you agree that Trump should call out the likes of Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens for being low IQ? Because those were his guys.
Let me answer. I believe he should actually target the media on the right, just like he targets the media on the left if he feels that way. I just don't think it's about their IQ. If they literally agreed with him, Donald Trump would say they have the highest IQ ever. Yep. Just like when Elon Musk was on his side, he was the best and he was the great. And as soon as he turned on him, motherfucker turned on him too. So again, Donald Trump is not about IQ. He's not about right or wrong. He's about, are you loyal or are you not? And if you look at his cabinet on the first administration and the second, even the most loyalists are going to get canned regardless. Because as soon as you say something he doesn't like, he will try to replace you by somebody that will. So
Biden had a higher turnover rate than Trump's administration has in both times. Like I don't want to bring them up, but you're just speaking lies again. Why don't you go look up the exchange rate for Biden versus Trump? Yeah, no, I don't have to do this. And I guess what you argue with all these people. I don't know who you've been arguing with, but I didn't say that shit. When I said Biden did that shit, guess what? I said based. You know when he's born his son, I said based. I do believe in more family values. I believe in looking out for my family. I believe in my family having money going forward. I believe in putting us first. I'm tired of these people sitting here acting like that's not family value. I'm here for capitalism. You said he's a shyster, a con man. Apparently he's a successful one because he's a billionaire and he's in the White House. Where are y'all at? If y'all can do what he's doing, then do it then. Because y'all sit here and say all these things, but guess what? He's successful and you're not. Either he's corrupt and successful or he's just successful. But guess what? He's still successful. So I pick one.
Guys,
Because I don't give a
Argentina
shit.
needs another $20 billion from us, probably.
One second, Tom. Y'all lucky is that we have ChatGPT and Gemini and all these things. The cabinet turnover tale, Joe Biden first term, 13%, Donald Trump first term, 92% all-time high. Total departures, only 2 major cabinet heads, 14 cabinet level officials departed. 18 senior staff, 71, 72, and on Trump, 92%. 1 year, first year stability, 8% turnover. Donald Trump, 35% turnover. So, sir, I don't know you're getting your numbers respectfully, but it's still wrong.
You said if you started arguing too much, shut up.
I know. I will be quiet and I'll shut up. Let Chaotic Truth take us home, friends, because we still have 2 main topics to go. So I need Chaotic to take us home and tell us how great the United States it is and how much of fat ass fatties.
Carlson and Candace Owens.
Y'all didn't talk it because you didn't want to. Y'all left the floor when you had to. Go ahead, Chaotic. Tell us how much of a liar I am for being a foreigner.
Your raggedy ass country, Spain, and so many other these raggedy ass Western countries fumbled the biggest bags in world history. At one point, Spain were world leaders. At one point, the Portuguese were world leaders. Yeah. You stopped being greedy. You didn't want to win. Trump is a winner. Anybody's talking about Trump and how he got his money, you are a loser. You are a major loser. I've heard this all my life. Well, he got a bank. His daddy bankrolled him, and blah blah blah. You're a loser. You come from a family of losers because winners don't talk. Winners don't talk like this. Let me tell you something, Fatty, and I'm about to land the plane here. Rule number 1: attack, attack, attack. Rule number 2: admit nothing, deny everything. And rule number 3: always claim victory, even in defeat. Donald Trump is a winner.
Donald Trump's America.
And I'm not gonna let somebody
Sounds
like
like a
you,
trophy.
Fatty,
Everyone
I'm not
gets
gonna
a
let somebody
trophy.
like you. I'm not gonna let somebody like you, Fatty, with your foreign ass, with your Portuguese tongue, disrespect my president. What is your country doing? It ain't winning.
Hey, let me answer.
It ain't winning, bro.
Let me answer. My country has universal health care. So if you get a heart attack or some cancer, you can treat yourself. My country has affordable college. Kids can go to work at McDonald's on a part-time, and they can actually go ahead and get higher education if you are smart enough. My country is the 4th safest country in the planet. My country has a quality of life that is way higher than the United States. My country has. Like, you want me to keep going? And yes, USA, the biggest military in the planet, when you can have $1 trillion company building and homeless in front of them living on a tent. So yes,
you know, Fatty, you operated my trap card, by the way. You operated my trap card with that fact check. You did this fact check. Hold on. You know why I quoted Biden's thing? Because I set you up. Here's the thing. When Kamala became the candidate, guess what? That turnover rate, including Biden's coup, jumps to 93%. And it kicks in on some other people. And guess what? That's higher than Trump's turnover rate. So the Democratic turnover rate for the presidential candidates still higher than Trump. And the first term was higher than Trump.
Did you say Kamala?
That's right. Make sure you got to factor in the fact that Biden's administration set first term turned him over as well. Ain't that a bitch?
No,
he said Kamala. Go ahead, Chaotic. Hey, Tom. Take us home, Tom. Go ahead, Chaotic. He said Kamala.
This is personal between me and you.
Oh, shit.
When your Portuguese ass gets sick and you need specialized care, I'm not wishing this on you, man. I'm talking about just your whole raggedy country along with other European raggedy ass countries. right down the street from where I live is the Cleveland Clinic, the best hospital on the planet. You could talk all that universal health care bullshit you talking about, but I can tell you right now, Sultans have been at the Cleveland Clinic. I've seen very wealthy people from all over the world come here. Ain't nobody going to no goddamn Lisbon for no goddamn.
They go to Germany though. They go to Madrid though. Oh, hey, Luka Doncic got a problem on his hamstring. He went to Madrid to take treatment. Kobe Bryant, every time he had a problem with his knee, he would go to Germany. Respectfully, I can have both. I can have public system, and if I choose so, because I pay American taxes, go to the Cleveland, right? The Cleveland, you need whatever the hospital you have, and take care of my bum shoulder. It's fine. I will pay regardless, right? So, let me go. Go ahead, Chaotic. You can lie to us again.
Is your country a superpower?
I'm a part of the European Union, so yes.
You could drag.
And who pays for
It's just like asking, is Minnesota a superpower? I'm a part of the European Union, the biggest trading bloc in the planet. So
India,
yes,
right, buddy?
and a part of NATO, a part of ONU. I get all the privileges of getting a part of the most popular and powerful bloc.
Because we protect you. We are your military. You're welcome.
You're welcome. Hey, thank you for your service. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for your service.
Real quick.
Yeah. So what's your point? You're putting it off our team. That's your whole point.
Just to be clear, that is true. That yes, like when you're talking about how much we spend on our military, well, y'all spend that much on your healthcare. It is because yes, you guys get a lot of benefits by being part of NATO.
Not.
Where we do spend a lot on military. So that
there's nothing to do with NATO, Tom. No, Tom, stay there. Tom, y'all are supporting Argentina and Israel, and both of those countries have universal healthcare. You're literally sending billions of dollars to countries that treat 100% of their population, while literally people in the United States either are underinsured or are one catastrophic situation from happening, from literally losing their coverage. So what you talking about?
Yes, that's what I just said. I just said that you guys get healthcare. You guys get universal healthcare because we send a lot of money to these countries. We put a lot of money into the military. We spend all of this money. So you guys get to spend the rest of your money on other things. Yes,
absolutely not.
What I said. Correct.
You are wrong.
What I just said. You just repeated it. What do you mean?
Tom. Tom, you are doing a false equivalent, and you're doing a zero-sum game. Universal healthcare. Let me explain to you. Universal healthcare will cover every American, and it will be less expensive than the system that you have right now. Pound per pound, if you're going to look at the system you have right now, if you transform this system and stop price gouging from Big Pharma, stop them from lobbying, stop charging for socks and motherfucking blankies, and you get a key, then you get the $12,000 bill. Like, if y'all actually move to 1 second, let me just finish. If y'all move to if y'all move to universal health care, they will be cheaper. You don't have to do all this extra work with private insurance companies, and you still can apply to the same insurance companies for a fraction of the price, because now they don't control the monopoly. So now they actually have to lower the prices of private insurance. Like, for example, Portugal, where Ferry spends $50 a month to get access to the best medical facilities, instead of spending $400, $500, $1,000 to get all your motherfucking shit. And as soon as you lose your job, that shit goes with the birds. So no, it's not a zero-sum game. We're talking about healthcare with healthcare. You're going to have the chance to reply. Chaotic, please take a zone. We're going to the next topic.
Okay, yeah, I'm just not even going to respond to that so that I don't get in a back and forth with you again.
Just real quick. I just have one simple question for Fadi.
Else was saying that what everybody else was saying is that that if you're like praising Donald Trump for being so corrupt and that this is what winners do, and that having people like Elon Musk a part of his administration and having more lobbyists part of his administration than anybody before, only in this term having the most lobbyists breaking the record of his first term, where he set the record by more than double the record before that. So on top of that, Gibbs is correct that Kamala Harris had a 92% turnover rate while she was running her campaign, but not Biden. Biden didn't have that. Biden was, I think overall it was around 70%, but it still was not the 97% of Donald Trump.
The reason I said that, Tom, just to clarify, is when Biden got canned, that goes over to 80-90%. That was the joke there.
Biden never got canned. So anyway,
yeah, he didn't run for office again because they cooed him. That's a canning.
That's not okay. That's not what we're talking about. His presidency, not his campaign. I don't know why the fuck you were bringing up something totally irrelevant. But anyway,
campaigns versus 4-year mandates. That's crazy.
When Chaotic is bringing up like how corrupt Trump is and how corrupt his administration is, and that this is like what winners do, Donald Trump literally ran on the opposite of this. He ran on draining the swamp. He ran on getting rid of the deep state. He ran on helping the people and taking care of them. But instead, he's taking care of lobbyists. He's taking care of billionaires. He's taking care of his friends. Mm-hmm. He is not somebody. And this is Donald Trump's world. This is you're praising it. You're backing him up on that. Even Donald Trump can literally break every promise, every single thing that he ran on, the top points on his fucking campaign, and you guys will still praise him for it in the end. It literally doesn't matter what he does. He ran on no new wars the whole time, and then he goes to war immediately, unnecessarily, and you guys praise him for that as well. There is literally nothing wrong he can do. This is a pointless argument having with people when then while he's running, they're saying, I'm voting for him because he's going to get rid of corruption and have no new wars, and then once he comes in, starts wars and is super corrupt, they're going to praise him for that anyway, so it makes no difference.
Yeah, so your false assumption there is that this wasn't necessary. It was necessary because we now know, because even the Iranian regime is saying that they had 60% enriched uranium. What were you going to do? Just wait for them to get 90% and build the fucking nukes?
When did they start enriching uranium? What year?
It's irrelevant. You're saying that this action was unnecessary.
No,
they were already at 60%.
That's why.
No,
that's
not
okay.
relevant.
So this is why it's necessary. This is why it matters. Is because we were in a JCPOA. We were in an agreement with Iran where they weren't allowed to enrich uranium above 3.6%. And during the period that they were in that agreement in the JCPOA, they never enriched above 3.6%. And then in Donald Trump's first term in 2018, he pulled us out of the JCPOA, and then he goes to war with them for doing the thing that he allowed them to do. He says, hey, we're backing out of this deal. You guys can now enrich uranium all you want because we're pulling out of the deal. They start enriching uranium. He goes to war with them. He caused the problem. It's him.
Right.
How long does it take to get from 3% uranium to 60% enriched uranium?
What do you mean, how long does it take?
You're the one that's claiming that Iran was being honest and playing ball and saying they would never enrich uranium. And I'm asking you, how long would it take to get from 3% enriched uranium to 60%?
I'm saying they do.
Because the timeline doesn't match, Tom. You're trusting terrorists more than your president.
Wait, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm
yes,
not.
You are.
I'm not trusting terrorists. No, I'm not.
You're assuming that they weren't enriching.
Okay.
We didn't just take their word for
you
it.
think, wait, just real quick, how do we know how much they were enriching to during the JCPOA? How do we know?
Because of the timeline. It does not make sense.
No, you don't know anything
that
about
all of a sudden when they pull out, they just magically have
I don't know why
60% uranium. It's like, wait a sec, guys.
You have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
I asked you, what's the timeline?
The reason
I'm talking, what's the timeline? How long does it take to get from 3% to 60%? This should be a key thing to your case, Tom.
No, it's not.
There isn't an answer?
While we were part of the JCPOA, there was a
because if it takes Tom, let me explain something to you.
Okay, he's just
let me explain something. If it takes 10 years, to enrich uranium from 3% to 60%, that means that Iran was already violating the deal, which blows a massive hole in your whole fucking argument here.
Sure, yeah, you can do it in like it depends on how you're doing it, and even if it was shipped in, got it from
that's not very confident.
Like, it literally, but well, no, it doesn't matter because we know that we had audits on them during the period that they were in the JCPOA. We were going in, so we again. You keep saying they are lying. We are not trusting Iran. We're not trusting Iran. You don't know what you're talking about. You've never looked into this topic, so just shut the fuck up.
Why would you trust them? Why would you try to make a deal with people you don't trust?
Hold on. Did I just say we're not trusting terrorists? Did I just say that like 5 times? Why are you still repeating that?
So why would you want to make a deal with these people then?
Just shut the fuck up.
Why would you want to make a deal? You can't tell me how long it takes to enrich you.
I'm trying to explain it to you. You just will not listen because you have no fucking idea what you're talking about. So the IAEA is an agreement that we had, or a group that we had coming in from the UN that was doing audits on Iran, where they would go in and check all their facilities, check the uranium, check how much they were enriching everything to. And even if they lied about it, they still found out. And when they did lie about it, IAEA were the ones who reported it first and told us that they were enriching uranium to 60%. And then Iran came out and said that they were enriching uranium to 60% because they were caught on it. We know what they're doing because we have audits on them.
When voices clash, ideas crumble, and new truths rise. Welcome to Breaking Ground.
Buckle up, everyone. It's time for some super chats.
We are going to get a Tina over here because she's almost falling asleep. I got you, Tina. Don't worry. The Gina CEO with $5 saying Trump 2028.
Cha-ching!
I'm going to read this quick super chats, and friends, I'm closing it out on the Team Fatty side. We need to monetize the white channel. There's the link in the chat. I'm going to read all super chats, and we go straight to the main event, friends. We're going to bypass the China thing so we can talk about the Jesus thing, okay? The Donald Trump as Jesus, so we can go from there. We have Gibbs.
The untouchable empire, baby.
With 1 membership. I appreciate you, Judas. We have the lovely red lipstick vibes. You can find her on Sunday. On the ladies first, I appreciate you, Red.
Untouchable empire, baby.
We have Frederick in the building saying hello, everyone.
The untouchable empire, baby.
Member for 6 months. Twisted Puppy has a new emoji come through with 5 untouchable memberships.
I believe that there's multiple so-called black leaders who believe that they are untouchable.
The untouchable empire, baby.
Thank you very much. We have TJ from the Through the Fire podcast saying there is no war. It's a conflict. Ooh-wee. Thank you very much, sir. He comes back and says, tomfoolery. Stop calling it war. Only Congress can declare war, and they have not. Calling it a war is propaganda and inflammatory. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate you. We have Savage in the building, the sponsor of the show right now. He says, the left doesn't hold the left accountable. Thank you very much. He comes back and he says, the Democratic House member was shot by a guy Tim Walz hired in the government. Another one. We have Mr. Savage back again saying, Ukraine is not our ally. Thank you very much, sir. Member for 22 months, Mr. Justin D saying, LOL, that money that Obama sent to them was owed to Iran. The U.S. had those funds blocked.
Untouchable empire, baby.
We have Virgo Girl. She been so nice to me lately. Shout out to Virgo Girl. She says, Trump says he likes stupid people.
Oh man. Hey.
Savage came through with a $10 ball. And he says, Trump is making a play on China's full supply. Iran and Venezuela is 17% of the supply. We took out 40% of Russia's full distribution 2 weeks ago. We have Savage back again saying, you're a woman. We don't care about your thoughts on politics. Oh, damn, that's crazy. We have the real DJ Ghost Entertainment. He says, what is up, fatty? I wanted in on these debates for real. We have a full house. Our guests are bringing a tremendous amount of energy, so salute to him for actually doing great today. This has been a very entertaining show without a lot of name calling, not a lot. So I appreciate y'all for actually being civil, my friend. Savage says the left didn't care when Obama said he would stop the wars, then bomb more countries, didn't care about Ukraine, but now they care about Iran, but still support Ukraine. And dollars from Savage, and he says again, raise your hand if us being at war with Russia is just a fight. Oh shit, we have the lovely Doris in the building. Member for 3 years. Love you, Doris. The Untouchable Matriarch. I appreciate you, sir.
Untouchable Empire, baby.
I appreciate you, Miss. Thank you very much. Savage saying the U.S. supplements your country. How can the U.S. supplement my country when NATO is literally a defensive force? And there's not been defensive wars fought in the West on the last 60 years. I wonder. Like this meat that the United States, if the United States were attacked, absolutely. If Portugal were attacked, the only country to actually press the button of Article 5 was the United States. And spoiler alert, it wasn't Afghanistan that brought 3 towers down with 2 troop planes. I just want to leave it out there. I want to be on YouTube, so I'm not going to talk about this anymore. Okay. Thank you very much, Savage. I appreciate you. We have Savage against this. Fatty, you're wrong on healthcare. Beat me about it. Thank you, Savage. We have Savage again. Oh, I already read that one. Thank you very much. We have 5 to go. We have CTG Policia saying Tariq, how long does it take to go from obliterated nuclear development, as claimed by Trump, to almost having a nuclear weapon? 9 months. Oh. He's talking about the deal that we had before with AdmiralGibbs again. We told us in the UN inspectors famously great at their jobs. They were right about Iraq. Just saying. Twisted Pup, $20. I appreciate you, my brother, for supporting the show. This is a great back and forth. Untouchables forever. Thank you very much, and I appreciate it that my boy Drobonaut coming in with 5 Untouchable memberships. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all having y'all here. There's 200 and a lot people on the Team Fatty side. I'm going to close this stream now. Come to the Wake Up Fatty show and at the watch hours on this side. You can support via Cash App or Super Chat by the coffee link that is going to pin on top. We're going to go back to the show. So friends, I appreciate y'all that are watching on the Team Fatty show. I see y'all on the other side.
When voices clash, ideas crumble, and new truths rise. Welcome to Breaking Ground.
And we are going to go, friends, to the main event because, let me get the Tina over here and Mr. Chaotic because they're talking about it. Let's go to the main event.
It's time to do.
And by the way, friends, every single content creator here, the links are going to be in the description. Please go ahead and follow them. I would appreciate it to support them on their endeavors. I want them to come here at least 2 times a month. So let's make it worth it, okay? Main event, Donald Trump posts a picture of him as Jesus Christ, superstar.
If Jesus can't save these hoes, why are you trying? What make you think you greater than Jesus?
And the world was set on fire. Here is his justification. So why he made that post. Let's listen to him.
Did you post that picture of yourself depicted as Jesus Christ?
Well, it wasn't depicted. It was me. I did post it, and I thought it was me as the doctor, and had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there, which we support. And only the fake news could come up with that one. So I just heard about it, and I said, how did they come up with that? It's supposed to be me as a doctor making people better, and I do make people better. I make people a lot.
I don't want peace. I want problems always. It's time to do.
Tina, and then Chaotic. What do you think about this? Did he violate it? Did he use blasphemy against God, or he actually did nothing wrong? What's your opinion about it?
So I know that he wasn't the one to create the picture, but he still reposted it. And then the picture that he reposted was actually altered. So originally it had the like soldiers in the background, and then all of a sudden it had like wings and horns in the background. And there's so much sacrilegious imagery in this. And I mean, to say that it's a doctor is crazy. I get saying that it could have been the Pope, which I wouldn't have been mad at because I'm not a fan of the Pope. But the thing is it looks like Jesus. Like, this is why the Bible says people have they have eyes but do not see, they have ears but do not hear. And this is why I say no one's above reproach. The moment I called that out, people I've known for years went to literally crucify me, and they said, "Oh, who are you to judge?" And I said, I was judging his actions and condemning the actions of reposting that, saying that the imagery is sacrilegious. And then they came to essentially try and crucify me personally. And just as the guy said earlier, he said that anyone who goes against this regime, which is crazy to call it that, but that's what he said, anyone who goes against the regime is a traitor. And I have supported Trump for so long. And I'm sorry, when it comes to mocking my God, I'm going to stand by my God. I don't care who you are. It was so sacrilegious and disrespectful. And he could have easily said, you know what? I reposted it. I didn't think it through, whatever. That's not what he did. He just tried to backpedal, justify it. He didn't apologize, anything. And I really like what Tucker Carlson was talking about. He said on Easter, he had posted something, I guess, on X, and he was like cussing on Easter. I don't mind him making fun of Islam because, I mean, I'm not a fan. So, but he was making fun of Islam, making fun of the Pope. Again, I don't care so much because I'm not a fan of the Pope. But it's like he doesn't have accountability for the things that he says. And the left has been saying this for a long time. And mind you, I've supported Trump for a very long time. I didn't always agree with everything he said. But when it comes to God, that's when I got to take a step back and say, you know what, you're not above reproach. And he should have apologized for this. He didn't. Instead, he just kind of like made some excuse that he was a doctor. Anyone with eyes to see knows that that's not a doctor. And the fact that people were so up in arms to attack anyone who didn't like this, I think shows that it's very like cult behavior. This is the same exact thing that the right has been scrutinizing the left for, and now they're partaking in these same exact tactics. When it comes to our God, they're choosing an idol. They have made an idol of Trump and done exactly what they said that the left has done. And that's my thoughts on that.
Chaotic and interrupted.
Fatty, John 14:12. You will do greater works than me. Psalm 82:6. Ye are all gods. These are in the Bible. Secondly, Fatty, or whatever. Secondly, thirdly, whatever. There's no image of Jesus Christ, to my knowledge. Nobody knows what Jesus Christ looks like. There's never been any picture of Jesus Christ. The image that we see is actually an image of somebody from Europe, one of the royal families, like the
Cesare
canonized.
Borgia.
Yeah, Cesare Borgia. Thank you so much. So nobody really knows what he looked. Hell, he if anything, he could have looked like me. I don't know, man. But the fact of the matter is that Christ, according to the Bible, he says that it said that you will do greater works than me, meaning that if you're going to copy somebody, why not copy the best cat? Even if that was Trump attempting to look like Christ. So what? Is he not a child of God? Is he not? Thank you so much, Carl Anderson, for the 28.41 euro. So the way I look at it is this: even if this was trying to superimpose himself as Christ, I don't look at that as anything wrong with that. Children play the three king scenes. We did it in school. Three kings in Christ. Give me a second. Excuse me.
Bless you. Stop lying. Bless you. Stop lying.
Stop gaslighting.
So the way I look at it is this, man. Are not doctors healers? Do we not have healers right now? Do we not have individuals who literally work in the name of Christ? Do we not have individuals right now who do philanthropy? Do we not have these individuals right now who heal people? So why not imitate Christ? I don't see anything wrong with that. We did this when we were in school. The nativity scene. So when is it blasphemy and when is it not blasphemy? Is it not blasphemy when children do it? So the fact of the matter is that I saw nothing wrong with it, Fatty. I don't look at it as blasphemy. I think if anything, Christ would love the fact that an individual would have a picture like that, or if somebody dressed up like Christ, because why not dress up like one of the greatest human beings in history or gods? I mean, why not do it? He never said don't do it, so why not? Go ahead, Fatty.
Just to make sure, any Christian other than a Tina here?
I'm a Southern Baptist. I'm a minister with 2 religious doctorates. I have an opinion.
Hey, you know what? Let the Tina go, and then you can get it right afterwards, my brother.
Okay, so I believe that one of the first iconographers was one of the apostles. So we do kind of know a little bit of what Christ looked like. Just a little correction there. But regardless, I know what you're saying about Borgia, but I think comparing Trump to a kid, like doing this dress up, whatever it is that you called it, is a little wild. He knows exactly what he's doing. There's no humility in this. This is idolatry. And it's sacrilegious. And this is what I'm saying. Like, it's so disingenuous that you're not going to call it out. This is your, I mean, I believe you're a Christian. Is that correct?
I am an institutional Christian. Yes.
Okay. So if you deny him, he will deny you. This is blatantly sacrilegious. There's no humility in this. In no way. I
have a rebuttal too, Fatty. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
In no way.
Point to Tina, and then we get Admiral and Chaotic. And let me change our name because this is the speakeasy debate. This says against. I don't know exactly what do you guess for. Go ahead,
by the way, Gibbs and Chaotic, if you want me to completely blow this argument out of the water, just let me know. Just call me up when you want, boys.
3 against 1? Damn, y'all can take a Tina 1-on-1. That's crazy. Jeremy, thank you so much for the $25 Cash App. Jeremy has an emoji too. Go ahead, the Tina interrupted, and then I want to hear from the 3 fellas.
So I get that someone else made this image of him and then he reposted it, but we're not supposed to praise ourselves. If others praise us, that's one thing, but him reposting it and then saying that he thought it was a doctor, like, it's just, everything about this is so disingenuous. And then the reaction that people had, it's literally like watching a cult. Like, as soon as people, after, Trump, his ear got clipped and people started wearing the band-aids, I was like, okay, this is getting a little creepy. Like, at what point do you say this is not okay? Literally nothing he does will get any scrutiny from the right. And that's not normal. He's not perfect. He's not Christ.
All right. Well, Fatty, you there, buddy?
Yes, sir.
1 Timothy 2:12. I do not permit a woman to teach or have authority over a man. 1 Corinthians 14:34. Women should remain silent in churches. No offense to you.
We're not in a fucking church.
Let me. Oh, I'm sorry.
You can land the plane, Mr. Chaotic. Yes, you can land it.
Was the universe not created by God? Isn't the entire universe a church within itself? The fact of the matter is that I'm listening to a woman trying to teach me about the Bible. Ma'am, you are in no position to even talk to me about the scripture. No, you're just not. No one. Hold on. I was quiet. No woman is. You're not. I mean, no offense to you. You're not a man. You are not the master and commander of this planet. You are not over. It's man.
Wait, so why is Trump's spiritual advisor over him?
Can I ever finish?
Just curious. Trump's spiritual advisor is a female.
Don't say it's fine. I don't want to do it.
I swear to God, I talked about this earlier, bro.
I got it.
Call it what you want. What is LeBron looking for?
Chaotic and interrupted, and then the woman, okay, is going to have the chance to reply, Miss Ghosty, and I got you, Atina, and then I remember Admiral and Mr. Teriak. Okay, go ahead.
Again, the only reason why women are even talking to me or other men about the Bible is because of the goddamn Protestant church. If it wasn't for the Protestant church, you wouldn't even be speaking to me about this stuff. You don't know the Bible, ma'am. It's not for you to interpret. It literally says it in there. So if you want to use the Bible, I've read the Bible. I wouldn't say I'm very versed, but I've read it. Ma'am, it's not for you. If Donald Trump wants to appear like Christ, that is up for a man to interpret. I'm a man. I'm telling you, I didn't see anything wrong with that. Now, if another man says something, that's fine. Okay, it's just two guys talking. But ma'am, you are in no position. You are not in clergy, and you're not supposed to be in clergy. You're not. You're not. Go ahead, man. I'm done talking. Thank you. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Ghosty. And then
do you want to respond, Athena? All I wanted to say was that Trump's spiritual advisor is a woman. That was the only point I was making. But yeah, Athena, please reply.
I understand what you're saying about the Protestant church, and yes, women have no place in the church to teach. The scripture is very clear. Why would it make it clear that women shouldn't teach in the church if they're not supposed to teach anywhere? And why would the church, Saint Catherine, that's actually who I'm baptized after. The Orthodox Church made her a saint. She debated with 50 men and won. So to say that women need to be quiet all the time and that we can never speak is just not the truth. So you're being disingenuous. You know that that's not true, and you're trying to bank on the fact that maybe I don't actually read my Bible. I'm an Orthodox Christian. I have been in the church since I was younger. Do I believe that there should be any women clergy? No, absolutely not. That's not what we're saying. There would not be an etiquette for church if it was just the etiquette in general. There's a reason why they specify women should act this way in church, because outside of church, we can absolutely have discussions. So I just wanted to say that.
I think it's important that you said something just now that I think really needs to be framed in the aspect of this number. I'll let you finish rebuttal, then I'll go fully chaotic. I just want to say, since you said you're Orthodox, it makes more sense why you specifically would be upset about the iconography. We can go into that a little more in a moment. But chaotic, you seem like you want to. I have a whole thing, but I want to let him rebuttal.
I just want to make it plain and clear, ma'am. God made your hand small enough to wrap around a mop. You are not. You are not supposed to even speak to men unless it's your husband, ma'am. And this is one of the problems, man. You are up here, women. I mean, the fact that even women can muster up any opinion about Trump is wild. It's insane to me. You shouldn't even have the right. Women shouldn't even have the right to vote. To be completely honest,
you got to tone that down.
Aren't you the guy who hates Islam?
Okay.
Like, I'm so confused.
Oh my God! Hey man, hey, do y'all want to talk? Do you want to talk or not, man? Hey,
Friends, I know it was very incendiary, but you have to let him finish.
The content presented on the following show is intended for satirical and educational purposes only. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by panelists and guests are their own and do not necessarily.
Go ahead, Kartik, and interrupt you, please, and mute yourself, and then Admiral Gibbs. Kartik, you're muted.
This is why the West is losing. We have too many. What's up, Danny? Thank you so much for the $5 cash app, buddy. Salute to you, man. Positive.
Thank you, Freezer.
We have too many.
Joining America. Blah, blah, blah.
Hey, fatty, man.
I've been talking to my stream. I thought it was muted.
Y'all don't have to make me do my job. I said at the beginning of the show, if y'all interrupt, I will mute y'all. So
I thought I was muted. I was talking to my stream. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead, Carl. You get interrupted. No ad libs.
I am not a misogynist at all. I don't even do red pill content, ma'am. You have the luxury to debate. You have the luxury to say these things because you don't put in, and you will never put in, the hard work and what it takes to build a civilization. You and any other woman, you're not going to have your ass 50 or 60 feet up on an I-beam building a skyscraper. I know what's about to come next. Are you doing it, CT? No, I'm not. But here goes the difference. If I was called to build a nation, historically, I mean, let's be honest about it. Weren't black men, I'm gonna use race now, weren't black men building too? Women are not builders. So me talking to you is an offense. You're not supposed to even be here. You're supposed to be in a domestic role. All the women on the panel, all the women listening, you're not intelligent enough, and you cannot defend what you are talking about. Yeah, okay, Saint Catherine, yada yada yada. Who even knows that is even a real person? And I know she was martyred. But the fact of the matter is, man, hold on, let me finish. But the fact of the matter is that we've become weak and soft as a civilization. You're never gonna get. You would never in a million. No, I'm talking all the women. You would never go on the battlefront. You would. I mean, on the front. You would never do it. You would never defend this nation. You would never defend what you're talking about, and that is the difference. So I support Trump. Did I support Trump when he talked about the Haitians eating the cats? Of course not. I did a video on that. I talked to so many people in Springfield, Ohio, who debunked that. Yes, ma'am, I will kick in the back of Trump when it's necessary. When he lied and said he was 215 pounds, you were there. I did an entire video on it. I will kick in the back of Trump when it's necessary. But right now it's not necessary. I support the president. I'm sorry. And I support Israel, and I'm a Zionist. Yes, and I don't like Islam.
What? You are what? They said I'm a Zionist. Hey, go ahead. Gibbs interrupted, and then I let the people on the bottom row to actually chime in on these very inflammatory statements, okay?
Yeah.
Friends, we have 50 minutes to go. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you guys are having fun. Panelists, y'all doing awesome. So thank you very much once again for the performance. Go ahead, Gibbs.
Yeah, so I know it was brimstone in the last panel, but I want to preface this off by starting. Yeah, I have my religious doctrines. I'm a piece of shit. I'm not practicing right now. I'm an awful, terrible person, right? I'm a bad guy. We do terrible things. We try to make money. We try to live. But I tell you what, the Lord said, hey, give your witness. He wants us to spread our witness. And you know where I witness? I witness to other piece of shit. And Jesus, what he did is he came and talked to Zacchaeus and all of these prostitutes, the lowest of the low. And what he did, he was a doctor of souls. He also was a doctor in the sense that he healed lepers, brought people back from the dead in a literal sense. But he was also a doctor of souls. The whole point is to get to him. Now, I get why you're upset about the iconography. But we can find out if we look at the Bible that Jesus also had a humorous side. If we look at his parables, the image of a plank in the guy's eye. There's other ones like there's all sorts of parables, the camel going through the eye of a needle. He used humor as a way to get things done. He famously called the first saint, the first pope, Peter, the rock, when Peter is famously impulsive and shaky. So he's got a sense of humor. And also one other thing, God said he would make himself known through ways of the world. Well, guys, if you don't think God's got a sense of humor, then I don't know if you've ever seen the faces people make sex. When they're having sex, it's crazy. They make funny faces. I know that he's looking down, laughing, and having a good time. So all these things, you can see God in many, many ways. Now, here's kind of my point with this. When you talk about this, Trump says he's a doctor. You know what? He is a doctor. He's trying to heal this nation in a sense. He's trying to heal the soul of the nation in a spiritual sense. He's trying to heal this nation in an economic and America first sense and bring us back from this leftist. And you know what? He shared an image, may I, doctor, whoever. Trump's already said he's going to double down on shit all the time. He's already said this. This is the art of the deal. He lays this out. If you follow it, whatever. Now, you're asking Trump to be something he's not. You're saying be Christ-like. That's a goal. That's a worthy goal. But he also wants us to witness and be ourselves. And a little bit of us is in God. God's confident. He's omnipowerful, all-powerful, omnipotent, omnipresent. He can do whatever he wants. You don't think that man is somewhat cocky? That's God or woman or whatever. He's an ethereal being. There's some of us in God in every way. So when Trump's out here being arrogant, being cocky, this is God. He literally says he's a jealous God. He kills other denominations of faith. He blows them up. I don't know if you know this about blowing up stuff in the Bible. Sodom and Gomorrah is a good example. But that's fire and fury if I've ever seen that expressed in something. And Donald Trump said that. So Donald Trump is being him, and you see God through him. I get that you're upset specifically because the Orthodox are about the iconography. But as a Southern Baptist, I actually see it differently. I see his mistake, even if it is a mistake, and him not being, is him being him. And this is an opportunity for us Christians to go on these panels and witness to other people that we otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to. So you're welcome. I think it's all around a good thing. And this is a good chance. Now, I get where my friend, the other man, was coming from. Thank you so much, Mr. McCall, for this the money. But I'm saying I get where my other friend is coming from, and I don't necessarily agree with him on the women teaching because there's plenty of powerful women in the Bible. Ruth, you got other examples, and that's Old Testament. You have other examples in the New Testament, Mary, and some of these like early saints or whatever. But that's what I'm right now for Christians is taking this chance to spread the gospel in whatever form that may be, and save this nation and spread the will of the good of the people and do its best to the U.S. and overall. And that's kind of where I'm going. So when you'll say he's a doctor, even if he's joking around, his goal is he's trying to be a metaphor, an allegory. But it's Trump, so never everything lands. But he says about 50 things a day.
Let me get Teriak over here, and then the rest, the bottom of the barrel. The bottom of the barrel. God damn it, the bottom of the panel.
Wow,
that was
fatty.
my bad. My fault. I apologize.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was my fault. That
so
was
real
wrong.
quick, Athena, do you have any response to the AdmiralGibbs? Because like I said, I've got one simple question, and I think it blows it out of the water. Like I told the boys, this is basically this argument's about to be defeated. So do you have any counter to Admiral?
No, I mean, I understand what he's saying, but we complain about the left all the time that nothing is sacred anymore. And when it comes to God, that is where I will double down and say no. It's not okay. I understand having a sense of humor. I actually have a pretty dark sense of humor. That's one of the things that I have to repent on pretty regularly, but that's not something I will joke about. There are some things that are sacred.
And yeah, in the spirit of calling out our own side, gentlemen, Chaotic Truth and Admiral, I think he's made a bad argument. You know what I'm saying? Because fundamentally, I've got a real quick question for you, Athena, because I'm not a Christian. I'm a simple deist. You know what I'm saying? Founding fathers were deists as well. Can you tell me, is this a picture of Jesus?
I can't see.
Roman, isn't
it? I don't know what that is. That looks like he said, like a Roman thing. I don't know what that is. Oh, it says tarot. It's the tarot.
Yeah, so just because someone dressed in a white robe with a red shawl around it doesn't mean they're depicting Jesus, correct?
Stop gaslighting her. That is obviously a depiction of Jesus.
That's how you do it, boys. Simple as who the fuck said it was Jesus? Who the fuck said it was Jesus? A bunch of leftists who are atheists anyway? Get the fuck out of here. Don't believe. And then Ghosty says they're gaslight. They gaslight you into trying to turn you against Trump. Nobody said that was Jesus. And as Trump said, he was a healer. That's how healers used to dress back in antiquity, baby. So this whole argument that was Jesus.
The excuse.
Yeah, where does it say there's Jesus,
where's
guys?
The cross?
Where's the cross? Yes.
Exactly.
Where's the nail? Where are the nails, friends?
So okay, so first off,
where's the crucifix?
The idea that it's a bunch of lefties telling you that it's Jesus, it's not. By far the majority of people on the right have been condemning Donald Trump for what it is he did here. And to say oh, well, there's nativity scenes, nobody gets mad about that. That's not the same thing. This is where people are glorifying God.
It wasn't Jesus.
They're trying to teach people about God and Jesus. But in this scenario, Donald Trump is portraying a very famous picture of, and many famous pictures of Jesus where he is reaching down and healing people. And so Donald Trump in this scenario is Jesus. He is a healer. He is a God.
The apostles healed
talks
people.
About the fact that the Antichrist will come and portray himself in this sort of scenario as well, and that he'll
who says he's portraying himself as Jesus? He told you he's being a doctor. He's being a healer.
Okay, so
because the same way, just because a man dresses like a woman does not make it so.
Yeah, so here, this is
this
the exact picture.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
No, it's
not.
No,
shit!
It's not. So as I said, this is pretty much the exact picture that they're using to try to make it look as though Donald Trump.
And that's not Jesus. I'm not showing Jesus. I'm showing the magician tarot card.
Okay, so tell me. Okay, so in the tarot card.
Magician tarot card, baby.
Shit! Oh no! Tom got the smoking gun. Oh shit!
Tell me, where are the beams of light coming out of his hands? Show me the beams of light coming out of the tarot reader's hands. Can you show me that, please?
Where's the beams of light coming out of the Jesus picture?
Yeah, well, they're not.
Exactly. See what I'm saying? Bunch of gaslighting bollocks. That's what this is.
Okay, so wait. So is your argument that in this video...
a bunch of non-Christians telling you what is and what isn't Christianity. Can you believe it?
We're not even the ones mad about it.
Hold on. I didn't say I'm a non-Christian. So are you telling me, is your argument that in that picture, Trump is portraying himself
as a tarot
reader?
Prove that he was impersonating Jesus.
No. Answer the question.
Prove that he was Jesus.
Tarot reader. Just answer the question. Are you
He's a
saying
light
he's
bringer.
a tarot reader?
That's
Yes or no?
common.
He-
That's
he's
common
not-
light
he's
bringer
scared as fuck.
iconography.
You are such a
Yeah.
pussy, dude. You are so scary.
How am I pussy?
Why
Yeah,
can't
I
you answer
destroyed
a
your
fucking
argument, and now you're
What?
going mad.
doesn't
I
engage.
destroyed
He
your
does
argument.
every time.
Hey, I'm here. Hey,
Rickety rickety red.
We have to answer the questions. What was the question, Tom? Ask a clear so we can get the answer. Go ahead.
Question is, are you saying he's a tarot reader? Yes or no? That's it.
I'm saying he's a light bringer. That's light bringer iconography.
Yeah, he's not going to answer. He's not going to answer the question. He's not going to answer this. So yes, obviously
that imagery is light bringer
obviously,
imagery.
he's not portraying himself as a tarot reader. I'm about to crush.
Obviously,
this argument.
he denied it. He said he was a
so-
doctor. He was a healer. That's what healers were depicted as in antiquity, baby.
You said that publicly.
You're the one with the claim. You're saying that he's depicting Jesus, Tom, and you cannot prove
I
it.
gotta say it. So that tarot,
What do you mean?
that tarot card is the magician, who is very commonly depicted as Christ when people do tarot readings, they use that as Christ. Just so you know.
Oh damn, that's
So
crazy.
are you saying
Terry.
that tarot is Christianity?
No. I'm saying that there's
Exactly.
a lot of people who, when they're doing like readings, I just started looking that up because I wanted to know who that character was. He's the magician. And what is Christ called?
And Trump is a
great
magician.
In the tarot, you can look it up for yourself, just so you know. That is, so your argument, I'm sorry, is incorrect.
Damn.
The card deals
It's not
with
incorrect.
spirituality.
Where's the
Yeah,
proof that it
it's-
was Jesus?
So okay, so when you say where's the proof, here you go. When people
where's
portray
proof?
Jesus, how do they normally dress? Like what is it that
On a
they would
cross.
dress in as Jesus?
On a cross.
They dress on that across his clothes. That's crazy. You won't answer a fucking question, can you? You're
Is he
totally
wearing a
brain
white
dead, aren't
robe?
you?
Is he wearing a
Is-
white
is
robe with a
anything
red thing
happening
around him on the
up there at all?
cross?
You think
I don't know why we're arguing.
Is he dressed like that on the cross?
Do you think a cross is clothes? And is that what you think? I asked you.
Okay,
about
what is
clothes.
Jesus wearing on the cross? What is Jesus wearing on the cross?
I don't know. Why are you pivoting?
Exactly. So why are you trying to? Why if you don't even know that, then why are you trying to say that he's depicting Jesus?
No. I
You're not even a Christian.
Only clothed on the
can't answer
cross.
a question. I
He
need
wasn't
you to
clothed
follow
any
the
other
question.
time in his life, just the cross.
Listen to the words, okay? When people
Based.
portray themselves as
Jesus
Jesus,
news
what do they
confirmed.
dress in? How is he normally portrayed? What is he wearing? Can you answer that?
He's normally depicted on the cross with barely any clothes
Yeah,
on.
he can't answer. He's not gonna. He's
No,
never
no,
gonna.
I just answered it. I just answered it, Tom.
Get rid of this guy.
Don't get confused, Tom.
This
He's not
is
gonna
not
answer
the
the
debate.
question.
This
Can
is
we just get
this
rid of
is
this
not the
motherfucker?
debate. The question was not how was Jesus dressed on the cross. The question was how is Jesus regularly dressed. Okay, let's not go with the cross. Let's go ahead, Teriak. You
And
got
how
it.
he's depicted, so that is clearly like a depiction of Christ. So you can. This is so disingenuous. Even the tarot thing, that's supposed to be Christ.
Is the depiction of the tarot card? Is that you're saying that's Jesus Christ? Are you saying that
No,
tarot is
in
Christianity?
tarot, they use that as Christ.
As a representation.
Where?
for
Show me the proof.
Christian- Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
That's what
Show me
the
the
card
proof. He's a light
means.
bringer. That's how ancient healers were depicted.
But that's true. That's true. And Jesus is also an ancient healer. Here's the issue. Like, so like, all right, like when we talk about like other like stuff like Apollo, the light bringer, or maybe the morning star, or all these things, and we start wanting to get into the eschatology. Yes, so somewhat is true. Yeah, Apollo or even Dionysus are somewhat could be argued if you believe that God's going to make himself known to people that are ignorant. Maybe a representations of God making himself known through people that weren't witness to. And then that iconography has been carried down, and Satan can't create anything, so he corrupts it and puts it in something like this. That would be the argument that I would use. You know, it's just like, oh, if you're a child and you die before you come to know Christ, you know, there's an age of ignorance, right? Or like these lost tribes, whatever, you know, that's why these stories match up would be the argument. Oh, they like Noah and the versus like, oh, they have the, I don't know, the Iroquois one, or we have this myths all over the world. Same kind of thing as God made them. And then once they're like brought to the, you know, the faith, then it's like you no longer have this age of influence or whatever. And like I said, Satan corrupts. So that would be my argument there. I don't really, maybe I'm just an idiot because I feel like sometimes I am, but I don't understand really what Teriak's going with this. And I really don't care, no offense, but this is kind of like
because when
like,
I showed
not really substantive to what we argue. No, I get what you showed.
No, it is, Gibbs. It is because when I first showed that image, Tom said, "What is that, Roman?" So So when I showed that image, it wasn't like, oh my God, Jesus instantly popped into your head.
But the tarot was influenced by the Greeks and the Romans, right? And would you say Christianity has like adopted things like Mars Hill when Paul gives his testimony to the Greeks and uses their stuff like
so
that?
what I'm pointing out is just because someone's wearing a white robe and a red scarf does not mean that's automatically Jesus. As Tom proved, because he said, "What is that, a Roman?"
Yeah. I'm sorry. Hold on. Wait. There's a big difference when you're showing a cartoon of some random person with short blonde hair that's cropped. This is very different. Whereas instead, if I walked in here in a long white robe and a red shawl over me and started, I'm healing this. Watch me heal that with lights coming out of my. You get no shot. You guys would be like, "Oh, Tom's just playing a terror." That's probably what you would say. Teriak, I believe you probably would say that. The rest of the people on here who actually know who Jesus is and have read the Bible and know what the fuck they're talking about,
but both
they would all be
the rest of them like fed into the gaslighting and the propaganda and shit. But
what did I do?
I was a
That's
crazy.
Who is Trump pretending to be? Stop saying I've already made my statement on who it is. You tell me, who is he pretending to be? Who is he pretending?
Yeah, who is no, actually, no. Let me refine the question just 1 second, Tom. Terry, do you believe that that's a doctor?
An ancient
healer, he said, "Oh, this is a doctor."
And
right?
as Gibbs already pointed out, that that's how ancient Jesus was an ancient healer.
So no, 1 second.
That's because look at the top. Can you zoom in? Can you zoom in on that image?
I can zoom in on the top, but it looks like there's like some military people on the top. What is that? It's like a
that's a light bringer. That's Lucifer. And when you go to the triumphant arc thing that he posted as well, that's another Lightbringer iconography. The same as the Statue of Liberty is Lightbringer iconography. Just because you guys bought into the propaganda, bought into the gaslighting that a bunch of non-Christians told you he was depicting Jesus is not my issue, but I've got Trump's back.
So who is it? What is he depicting? What is he supposed to be?
Trump.
Answer the question.
A Lightbringer. A Lightbringer. A Lightbringer, Tom.
Is a Lightbringer, right?
Yes.
A Lightbringer.
Lucifer.
Okay.
Yes.
What is a Lightbringer?
Wild. That is
so you're saying
wild.
that he is. So you're saying he's Lucifer then, is what you're saying. He's depicting himself as Lucifer then. Yes.
A truth bringer. Yes. That's what Lightbringers do. That's
that was not the question.
In Nietzsche, the madman holds up a lantern in the early morning
I love
hours.
you, man, but you've been very slippery. He didn't ask if he was saint, if he was the truth bringer.
I'm arguing the point.
No, Tom, what is the person exactly that you're asking if he is or not?
I'm trying to get him to actually take a stance. He won't actually take a stance on who it is. So he's taking a negative stance saying, well, I'm saying that you guys can't prove it's Jesus. And I'm saying, okay, well then who is it? You prove who it is then instead. But
okay, so if I dressed up in all camouflage,
I can show you where I can show you.
And I was and you were like, Teriak, you're impersonating like some general dude. I'm like, no, I'm not impersonating general dude. I'm just dressing as an army man.
Oh, Whitey's answer. I can never talk without anybody interrupting me. Okay, so in any image of like images of like Donald Trump, or sorry, not Donald Trump, of Jesus being depicted, almost every single time they're going to have him in these like red robes.
Not when he's on the cross.
Can you put me back up on the main thing?
Oh, absolutely.
How many he's on the cross? So like the majority of them are going to be like this, where he's in a white robe and he has a red sash on or a red
this kind of.
Oh wait, are those other people Jesus in that picture as well? No, scroll up. Are those other people in the picture Jesus as well?
Wait, what?
What?
Scroll down. Scroll down. Keep going. That picture right there. Click onto that picture.
Huh?
Click onto that picture.
This one?
Yeah.
Yes. Make it big screen, baby.
I actually need the chair actually.
Yeah, make it big. Zoom in on it.
That's what she said.
Because everybody in that picture is wearing a white robe with a red scarf. White and red.
No, but
so they all Jesus?
One second. It literally says vintage. 1 second. Let me read it. It says vintage. Wait, 1 second. It says vintage Jesus healing scene framed such and such and such.
And look at the dude on the left. What is he wearing? The same thing as Jesus.
No, sorry, no. Hey, 1 second. 1 second.
Hang on a second.
Go
what are we talking about here? So is there two Jesuses now?
It literally
again,
is
as we said
titled
earlier,
Jesus. Still
just because a man dresses like a woman does not make him so, Tom.
Wait, Ghosty's audio is not coming through. She keeps trying to say something. It's not.
Oh, sorry, my mic is
She was muted.
There's other people literally kneeling down next to Jesus in the picture. Those people kneeling that we just at that picture that we just looked at are supposed to be all the people kneeling on the sides. That I don't know why we're arguing.
And
this.
explain the imagery on the top.
Yeah, but like this is kind of my problem with this.
And the fact that the Statue of Liberty is in the background as well. It's a light bringer picture. Now, you guys don't understand what a light bringer is.
One second, friends. I need clarification for a second. So people in the chat are saying they used to call like light bringer is something that used to call what? Complete each phrase. Light bringer, they used to call that name to complete it. Can you all help me with that?
Prometheus is the light bringer.
Multiple people.
It's just fine to the Greeks.
So I can complete.
there's Apollo.
If I complete it with Lucifer, I'm wrong.
These are all.
Yeah,
if I complete it with Lucifer, am I wrong?
I mean, no, not technically, because he's also the son of the morning star and the morning star. And so, like, that's the debate is, right, if Lucifer, the morning star, this is kind of where I come back to the corruption thing. He has a reputation as the sun, and some people also talk about Apollo being it. And you talk about Revelations, he's like a symbol where he might be Apollo, be represented as a demon. So, no, you're not wrong. Like, it's a Lucifer, the morning star, it's another one as well. Like, that would be argued. It could be argued. But I don't, the issue I have, okay, this is the problem I have.
Isn't it better to call him Jesus than Lucifer?
But the argument like denominational debates.
Jesus is also the light. He is also considered the light in the Bible. Yes.
Yeah, and this is Lucifer trying to subvert that, right? Like, he says, "Beware." Jesus says in the Revelations, "Beware," or not Jesus. Sorry, in Revelations, John. Sorry, maybe I'm mixing. I think it's John. He says in the end, "Beware of angels that preaching the false light as bearers of light," right? And so then he describes some examples and all sorts of stuff. And so, like, Satan himself, it talks about being a light. He's a fallen angel. So it's kind of like, yes, I understand where you come from, but I think we're missing a more important problem here with this picture, right? And this is like, yeah, we can argue if it's Jesus. I don't really care. I don't care. I think what's more interesting is what it's representing, right? It's representing, maybe the AI picked the ball in the background. That's a cool topic too. We can debate. But like what I'm really want to talk about is how all these different people, they're looking up to Trump, and Trump's trying to like heal this individual who's sickly. That's kind of what he's saying. And when I'm a doctor, maybe I'm a messianic figure or whatever. And y'all are just so upset about this. And like, y'all think this is a gotcha, bro. Okay, I understand maybe someone who's got a problem with iconography being a certain way. Like that's a legitimate, like religious gripe that's been like literally why the Eastern Orthodox broke away from the Catholics, right? That's a major one. I understand why Athena would be upset with that. I'm a Protestant, maybe Chaos doesn't like that, but I'm a Protestant. I don't have as much problem with the iconography personally, and I see this as a tool because Trump is imperfect and he does stupid things. And sometimes things work out, sometimes they don't. Sometimes he does genius things. We're all human, and to being human is to mess up. And so when he does something like this and then doubles down, Trump is being Trump. And I like, we're really going to argue is the better question is why y'all so like ready to try to like get us on this one? Like y'all don't actually care about the Christian. Maybe Tom does, but I would say the majority of the left are using this to attack the faith. So if you're on the left and you're a Christian, why are y'all allowing them to use this against us and divide us? That's my question. We should be all gathering up because there's bigger issues than this. Like, but no, y'all are the right. I'm just saying.
For the same exact reason, there's the same exact reason that like when everybody goes after Eric Swalwell, and they make a big deal about the fact that this is supposed to be the party of believe all women, and the fact that like one woman comes out against him and they don't kick him out, or as the one woman goes after Joe Biden, they all say, "Oh, this is supposed to be the party of believe all women. Why did you guys vote for Joe Biden?" This is the same reason as you're trying to hold the people to their standards. And while that you say you're Southern Baptist, my dad's a Southern Baptist pastor, my brothers are Southern Baptist pastors. I live in Atlanta. Like this is something that Protestants also find very offensive. And again, it seems like by far the majority of Trump's base was very offended by this. It wasn't just the.
One second. Let's Ghosty real quick. Let's get the Rooster rebuttal, and then I need to get Chaotic HQ and Kamal because they've been very quiet. Okay, quick rebuttal, Ghosty, Roost, Chaotic, and then the lovely HQ and Kamal. Go ahead.
It's also just like Trump never owning up to his actions. Like it's always the MAGA people always have to come out, make excuses for him, give explanations why he acted this way, why he acted that way. It's just like you guys prop him up as a super extreme, like or not, maybe not extreme, but like a Christian valued leader. And when he never follows that, it's just always excuses, and he can never own up to his mistakes. He's trying to gaslight everyone and saying it's fake news. I can't believe who would ever even come up with that. That's crazy. Like, no, it's not fucking crazy. We all have eyes. Just that's the part that bothers me.
Real quick.
I almost wonder if it was on purpose.
Where's the outrage when Obama was depicted like this?
Oh no! What about Obama?
Obama didn't post that. Obama didn't post that.
Apparently, this is a great outrage, and we need to get rid of Trump because he depicted himself as Jesus.
I have that too.
Show me where Obama posted that. Obama was an actual Christian.
The outrage?
Obama would never.
Where's the outrage? Like oh my God! How dare you depict this Jesus?
Obama didn't tweet it. Good try, buddy.
One second, friends. I need to know. 1 second, friends, because this was. Friends, I was very prepared. I'm a professional, okay? So, Anne-Marie Labadie, I think I said nobody had a problem with these, and it was somebody posted the media themselves had an affinity for portraying Barack Obama as a messianic and angelic figure. Zero outrage from the Democrats or the left. The New Republic, January 2008. A New Week, May 2012. This is not Obama posts. This is the media post. And then Donald J. Trump, the president, reposted what they said. So now y'all can talk about what y'all want to talk
Tom
about.
Is right.
Hey, hold on.
What about Obama?
Can I speak?
Yeah, hey, let's remind everybody. They keep
Jerusalem HQ and then chaotic uninterrupted, please. Jerusalem HQ.
They keep on Terriak and Gibbs keep on bringing the left as if this whole shitstorm didn't start off with Trump criticizing other right-wingers. Other right-wingers are the ones who are making a big deal out of it, because lefties like me who aren't even religious, this shit is funny, and is also a big reason why I stayed the hell away from you guys. Because despite the fact that this religious and this biblical text is supposed to be the word of God, y'all can't even agree on shit. Damn. And then we're supposed to have a separation of church and state. And then here we go, the president comparing himself to Jesus, using biblical texts weeks ago to justify a war in the Middle East. And then let's remember, guys, he doubled down on this dumbass thing by then retweeting another AI image with Jesus around his shoulders, right, guys? And he knows what he's doing. When he was asked, Fatty, on live television about that tweet, you could see the smirk on his face. He knew he was lying his ass off. He knew that shit was going to piss people off. And let me emphasize one more time, and I'll land my plane. This shitstorm started from Trump trashing other right-wingers who were outraged. So stop with this lefty ammo bullshit.
Yeah, so the fact that you're making the case that Christians can't agree on shit. The name Israel means we who wrestle with God, which means there has to be disagreement. That's how you get to the truth. So you don't even understand what the Bible is. Please stop talking, you low IQ goldfish.
HQ, let me ask you a question. Is it fair? You can go often. Is it fair to compare media portraying somebody as A or the president portraying themselves as A? Is that the same thing?
No, it's not the same thing.
Go ahead and interrupt it, please.
Now, first and foremost, Donald Trump posted that. Obama didn't post anything. So it's not the same thing. 2, this is why I call people on my channel, when they come to my channel, I call them zombies, because they twist themselves up into pretzels trying to defend this person. I personally think he's a grifter, a liar, a cheater, a stealer. He's a low-level human being who has money. So when you come from that direction, I don't think anything he does is honest. He posted that pic thinking he was going to get a lot of people on his side, thinking he's so good, he's so righteous. He is nothing like a Catholic. He is not a Catholic. He is a grifter, grifting off of you retards that are Catholics. He does not care about you being a Catholic. Otherwise, he would not have posted that blasphemous picture that he posted. It is not a doctor healing anything. He thought he was going to get away with portraying himself as baby Jesus. That's what he did.
Let me ask something to Kotick real quick. Kotick, on Easter Sunday this year, he made like a cryptic post against Iran, and he said, "I think may Allah be with you," or something like that. Is that the violation?
Oh, is that a violation, Kartik? Before you go on your is that a violation on Christmas Sunday? Not Christmas, Easter Sunday, the day that he said, "May Allah be with you," or something. Is that a violation? Are you?
No, not at all. No.
Hey, Kartik said it's not a violation. I believe him. Thank you very much, Spin City News. I appreciate you for the $5. Friends, we're $30 away from the goals. You can super chat your opinion using the Coffee app. Okay, pinned in the bottom of the show. We have more 20 minutes to go. This has been an exciting show. I appreciate the energy, Chaotic and Uninterrupted. And then Mr. Kamal uninterrupted, because Kamal been chilling the whole show. I need him to talk on this one. I think he's going to be objective. Go ahead, Chaotic. You got this.
I thought I already addressed it, but what were we talking about?
So
about the image, right?
We something as well from the image that you put up, Fatty, because as somebody else said, Obama didn't post that picture, but the one that you showed said that the media portrayed Obama as a Christ-like messianic figure. I don't remember the media ever doing this, so I just went and searched, and it could be wrong, but when I searched, did the media ever portray Christ as a messianic figure? It immediately pops up with major controversy over Newsweek, facing criticism for posting Obama as a messianic figure after inauguration. So that there is one example of a media source posting this. It's Newsweek. It's not some big mainstream media source, and then it says that they did face a lot of criticism over it and this is a 2008 article source that it's showing. So this is all I can find.
I don't think he's Jesus. I think that's Vegeta when he comes back to Earth after he kills himself to save the planet, and then he comes back. Yeah. You remember when Goku came back for the tournament and shit?
He's like, come with me, Cell.
With the halo. I don't know this one with the halo shit.
Real quick, I just want to gauge the thing. How do we feel about remember that musical Jesus Christ Superstar, and then it was a bald lesbian that portrayed Jesus? How do we feel about that?
Damn, that's
the Democrat.
I did a story. Whoa.
I won't vote for this. How about this? I will not vote for those people. How about that? I won't.
Go ahead, CT. Okay. No, CT, you got it. CT, don't be frustrated. CT, look at
Fatty. I thought we talked about this. Bro.
No, CT, you got
it. I got a Teriak is correct. I did a story about I forgot the name of that Nigerian lady who's a liberal, but I supported her. I said I think that Christ would love the fact that this woman is portraying her. So I agree with that. I did an actual story about that woman. What's her name?
Zacchaeus.
Yeah, I mean, what's wrong with that? She is a child of God, right? Well, why not emulate? Why not do a stage play and you portray Jesus Christ? Okay, so yeah, I agree.
Damn, well, that's you disagreeing with Teriak, but.
You said
all I simply asked him was how do we feel about Jesus Christ Superstar, and it was silent.
Yeah, I thought Terry. I thought I was
all the fake outrage on the bottom panel because they said nothing.
Yes,
you said nothing.
You're bringing up it.
You said nothing.
No, wait. You think I said nothing? I said that if I will make a deal that if you say that you won't vote for Donald Trump for doing this, I won't vote for the people who made that play. Deal? You want to do that?
Yeah, as an Irishman, I won't for Donald Trump. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, well, I guess, yeah, fair enough.
Gotcha.
And if he did, he voted for the Democratic Party.
You'll never get me
another fucking country, dude. Sitting there simping for another country with a Make America Great Again hat.
Because they're the protectors of the goddamn motherfucking free world. And don't you forget that.
We are.
Right.
Talk about grifters.
On your knees, buddy.
Fatty, what did you want to ask? Fatty, what's up, buddy?
I want to ask if you yourself, you need unequivocal evidence that Donald Trump is being blasphemous to put that jacket on him, or you could use a little bit of the deductive reasoning, because there was a lot of people pulling up pictures and all that. But there was a lot of people did this change in any way, sort of way, your opinion, or you stick with it? No.
Blasphemy is a perspective. Right, blasphemy. We all have our different perspectives of blasphemy. I'm pretty sure all of us aren't the same religion. I'm pretty sure all of us aren't the same sect. So yeah, it's just a perspective thing. It's what's accepted and what's not accepted. There are some people who believe that what Trump did it's honoring Christ. There are some people who believe that he didn't even look like Christ because, let's be honest again, nobody's ever seen Christ. There are people who brought up the fact that this image has been used in ancient Rome. I'm talking about the garb. So it's all a matter of perspective, man.
I mean, also, if you're a Christian, one of the parables Jesus says is, "Hey, listen." And I mentioned this earlier in the comedy bit, but it's kind of thing. He says, "Hey, maybe you should pick out the plank from your own eye before you pick out the speck from somebody else." And that's like saying, hey, maybe don't judge somebody making all these assumptions. Same thing when he talks about not stoning the woman. Ye without sin be the first to cast the stone, right? Like, why he's saying this? Because who are we to cast each other? Who are we to know the other minds of other people? Like, this is the problem you say. Like, I get the criticism, and if you have actual criticism, fair, but this is like, I feel like, listen, this is being taken advantage of by people here. I'm in conservative circles. I do debate fairly often, and I've only heard, like, this is the first time I've heard of it. I know it's recent, but like, it's a very small group of people that are upset, and it's mainly ortho bros. And I get why they are, and it's because their iconography is key to their denomination. That's literally why they broke away from the Catholic Church, or one of the main reasons, right? And so when we're sitting here talking, I get why they're upset, but for the rest of us, this is just being weaponized against people that are Christian that voted for Trump, because the alternative was insanity. So like, you got us. He said something sacrilegious. I mean, even if he did, he's human, and God works through imperfect tools. That's kind of my theory.
Again, but it's
the whole,
Christians who are
not
weaponizing it. You guys
casting
keep trying to make it sound like it's like the left that's weaponizing this. It's not. It's Christians who are upset about this. It's Christians who.
This is a famously lefty podcast right here.
Hold on.
Flooded his comment section.
You said casting stones. You know that scripture is actually talking about casting stones. It actually tells us in the Bible to judge for righteousness' sake, but we judge out of a place of love, and iron sharpens iron. The Bible actually specifically says that if we see sin and we do not call it out and tell our brother that that is not right, then we are now held accountable for our brother's sin because we did not say
You're right.
And I want to bring up one other thing. During the Olympics, when they had, it was like the Last Supper, it was a whole bunch of drag queens. I was absolutely irate when I saw that, and like equally outraged. Now, did I condemn Trump? No, I condemned the image. And people, the same people who were outraged about the drag queens dressed up or whatever, they're the ones defending the actual image. I don't understand. And it's really convenient for Christians to say, oh, don't judge, but then they turn around and judge. They do the exact same thing that they're saying not to do. It's just when it's convenient for them, they're cherry picking.
You know the Olympics thing was a trap, right? The Olympics thing was a trap, right? You know that, right? That was actually not being the last ever. That was Dionysus' name.
I got you. Come on.
Talking a lot. Hey, Fatty, I gotta go in like 5 minutes. Just letting you know.
Same with us, friends. 15 minutes and we out. I want to thank Maisha for completing all the goals. Thank you very much, Maisha, for the $30. Come out. You are apolitical, sir. You are here for a reason.
Yes. Thank God.
Who is full of shit on this conversation? Come out. Let us know before we close it out.
Man, y'all loquacious as a motherfucker on here. Y'all, you look up the word loquacious, all right? You feel me? Not all of y'all, but like I'll say a smooth 82% on this panel. Y'all, god damn. I'm gonna be short and sweet to the point. You feel me? First of all, Teriak, I don't know what the fuck you doing, bro. I don't even think you American, to be honest. I think you Irish. Second of all,
I am.
If this nigga Trump wants to dress up as white Jesus, let him do it. I don't care. I wish he would have wore a stethoscope around his fucking neck so we wouldn't even have this combo. You feel me? And at the end of the day, none of us on this panel answered the first question about Trump calling his cronies and his flunkies low IQ. Yeah, I love it. Let them implode. Just like the Democrats, all imploding. I'm going to sit here. I wish I had my popcorn and watch the rest of this shit show because, goddamn it, I'm so glad I'm apolitical. And shout out to my Black Americans fighting for us. Fatty, I appreciate you, bro. The Black Jerry Springer, appreciate you, bro.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Toros, appreciate you, bro. I see you on other panels. I like what you say at times. HQ, shout out to you. Athena, we was the most quietest on the panel. Ghost, I've been on the panel with you before. You cool. Chaotic Truth, You are a comedian, bro. You need to do stand-up comedy, bro. And Admiral Gibbs, please do some wrestling, bro. You got the wrestling voice down packed. You feel me? You got it down packed. HQ, I done seen you on panels before too, sister. Appreciate you. And Teriak, I ain't gonna lie, I appreciate your opinion, but I think you a fucking spy, bro. You Irish, bro. You're not fooling me, guys.
Ireland does have an IDF. It's called the Irish Defence Forces, so you never know.
You feel me? Shout out to Conor McGregor. All
Thank you,
Teddy,
thank you very much, Kamal.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, and we're going to close it out too.
Well, show's over. Hope y'all enjoyed it. But nah, don't dip yet. We still got them final thoughts coming.
Y'all really tore it up tonight, huh? But don't dip just yet. Let's hear them final words. Hey, that's it. Show's done. Now shut the fuck up and let the panelists speak. It's time for final thoughts.
So, friends, I think we got to the end of it safe this time. The show didn't blow up at the 10-minute mark. I appreciate y'all for practicing a little better restraint in the group last week. I'm going to try to bring the fantastic and speakeasies and all these again. I will just put these on the frame on the wall so they can see how well behaved y'all were. Okay. So once again, thank you very much. Gibbs, great energy. Mr. Chaotic, thank you very much once again. I appreciate you, sir. HQ, awesome. Tarus, thank you very much for the smoke. And hey, Tallman, I think y'all need to debate. You're the two fellas, Mr. Tallman, Mr. Teriak. I appreciate you and the lovely Tina. Glad to have you back, even though you're.
I wish you would have debated here. That would have been great.
Yeah, but the Teriak is very slippery. You see what I'm saying? You have to get him on a one-on-one setting for him to actually go ahead and do the whole debate thing. So once again, I appreciate y'all, friends. Anybody? Oh, and Ghosty was sad that me. Ghosty already crying because she was up there and I didn't. So glad to have you back, Ghosty. Thank you very much for being here. Final thoughts. Y'all don't have to do it. I'm going to be putting everybody links on the description immediately after the show, and all the clips are going to have them. Please make sure you subscribe to every single one of them so y'all can support the gang. The Breaking Ground show always on Thursdays 5 p.m. Tomorrow we have so many heavy eaters tomorrow. The ultimate Kevin Samuels debate. Mr. Let Go and Obsidian are going to duke it out with Mr. Fantastic, Napa. We have my boy Nino Nation. Oh my God, there's going to be a star-studded show. And on Sunday, the Riz Academy meets Ladies First. Tyranny is back. We're going to have another infamous Ladies First, always at 5 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you support us. Friends, who wants to go first as final thoughts? Please, less than 30 seconds. I would appreciate it. Once again, thank you very much for being here.
I don't really have any final thoughts, so I was just gonna say thank you. And I pretty much thought this panel was a perfect display of the hypocrisy on the right. But other than that, it was
oh shit. Time. Hey, Ghosty, what do you think about what Chaotic said, that infamous y'all ends are for old in mops comment?
It's unoriginal.
And then he said, but I'm not a misogynist. That's what he said. He said, you weren't impressed?
Yeah, I heard it 1,000 times.
Michaela, not impressed. Chaotic. Sorry.
You know what's really funny though? I just cleaned a house today, and so I was holding a mop earlier.
Shout out to Athena. That's what I'm talking about.
I would think it's embarrassing if you have like a woman that you think isn't capable of understanding the scripture, yet you just keep running away from her every time she makes an argument towards you. But on top of that, when Gibbs earlier, you're talking about like a speck in your eye or casting the first stone. These are like talking about holding other people accountable and not being a hypocrite. That's like normally what they're talking about in those situations. Whereas in this case, we're not talking about casting a stone. We're not saying like go hurt Jesus or act as though like everybody else is perfect. We're talking about just holding him accountable as a politician, like as somebody who says that he represents Christians, as somebody who says that he is the best president for Christians and that he has converted to Christianity. Like it'd be good if people held him to that same standard. On top of that, I'm like 90% positive I was on a panel with you back in the day when that thing happened at the Olympics and you were upset about the way that they portrayed the Last Supper.
Oh shit.
Oh shit!
yeah, that's actually I could actually wrote it. I brought the Dionysus thing then too. I said if it was, and I haven't watched it, and then we watched it. I did it. Yeah, and it's the Dionysus representation was my thing. I know we got Dionysus cut over there behind me, and like I agree. And I think this is my only last thought here is like, yeah, I think that my point being, especially to my other Christians here, is yes, if we want to get together, we want to talk about it and say, well, we're upset. We should do that. We should call it out as Christians, and I'm not opposed to y'all doing that. That's a good thing, and I'm not arguing that. However, the bigger problem, and to be fair to Tom, he leans a little more left than me. You know, and he's a little partisan. I lean on the right. I'm a little partisan. To be fair to Tom, like I understand why if he's on the left and he's Christian, once again, you have a valid point. However, the rest of the left is weaponizing the debate within Christian sides and our criticism of someone who's represented to weaponize it to use it against us and say, hey, we're going to come against Christianity as a whole, and we're going to come against people that look at these dumb Christians. They can't even get the act together against themselves. Oh, look at all these righties. They're getting bamboozled by Trump. He's calling them dummies, and oh, look, he's just using this. Like, they're using this to make us look bad as Christians to push their agenda. That's my bigger problem. Like at least Tom's honest. He's a Christian and he likes that agenda. Now we should respect people like that. Well, that's fair. But the other people on the right, they're using this against us, fam. And it's just a small disagreement among brothers. And that's my closing thought on it.
If I can, real quick, I just want to understand. Christians do regularly get really upset with Democrats and the left for the way that they portray Jesus, for the way that they talk about Jesus, for the way that they show him. And so I don't think that this is just them weaponizing Christians' own religion against them when they don't have anything to say about it. This is them saying, yo, you guys get mad at us for this stuff all the time. That if Obama did something like this, you guys would have flipped out. But then when Donald Trump does it, for some reason, they all kind of make excuses and try to find a way to justify it instead. When just for years and years and years, they've been making a huge deal about any time somebody says the slightest wrong thing about a Christian on the left.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, just to point out why I don't like, because real quick, shout out to Ray bought you a hamburger for the $5. Wait, what?
It was Ray.
Oh, Ray, yeah, shout out to Ray for $5.
Thank
you very kindly. Sorry. My mom took Tylenol, okay?
Thanks for having us, by the way.
So,
I appreciate you, Admiral. You did great, man. Thank you very much.
Hamburger Elper.
The whole like slippery thing that I done that intentionally, right? In terms of like, we had to sit through an hour and a half of all these lefties turn around and say, but guys, this Islamic terrorist regime is saying they won't make nukes and we should be cool with them and we should appease them, all this kind of stuff, with no proof. So then notice when Trump is there saying it's clearly Jesus, and I'm saying, well, through his history, this has been a regular depiction from other things. It's like, no, I know Trump is lying. I know Trump is this. So you just pointed out your own hypocrisy, where no matter what Trump says, no matter what Trump will claim, you don't believe him, but you don't have that same energy for the Iranian regime, who've proven themselves to be terrorists. But real quick, I do want to shout out Fatty. Thank you very kindly for having me on the panel. I had a blast. Shout out to Chaotic and Admiral Gibbs. I think he's put up an awesome fight. Shout out to Athena as well. Like I said, trust your president. I know he does a lot of trolling and all this kind of stuff, but please keep trusting your president, because he will make America great again. The rules, you need to, like I said, implore some logic. You know what I'm saying? Learn the 3 laws of logic, get some reasonable arguments, all that stuff. But I do like the insults, you know what I'm saying? Also, Tom, hopefully we can set up a debate. My boy Speakeasy does the Swords of Reason. It's a one-on-one event. It's pretty good stuff. We'll check it out. Ghosty.
Do it literally anywhere else.
Ghosty.
That's crazy.
You just... Trust me, just pick up a broom. You'll get back into your femininity. And HQ, I think we've gone pound before as well. Shout out to you,
oh,
HQ.
Shit.
Appreciate you, Kylie. I got a bail. But thanks for having me on, folks.
I appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much for being.
You gotta get him back. You better go down there and get him back.
Let's get.
Just to be clear, I think Iran's terrorists and liars. I don't know where he got that from. I think they're terrorists and liars. So.
I don't like Islam. I don't like Iran. I don't fuck with that shit. Like,
let's get HQ and Tarus, and I think we are done with everybody else, and we bounce.
Okay. My final thoughts. Donald Trump went into the room with 2 sets of groups, 2 sets of people. Marco Rubio and JD Vance and a couple other people, and they said, let's not do it. Let's not go to war. And then he went into another room with the Mossad and Netanyahu. And Netanyahu and the Mossad told him that he could push rainbows out of his ass, and he could own Iran, and he can do all of these wonderful, beautiful things if he invaded Iran. Now, that is a foreign entity telling our president to do what he did. He also went into the room with our people, and our people said, don't do it, including Vance, Marco Rubio, and Tulsi Gabbard. But he went with the Mossad. So I just wanted to say that. That meeting did happen. 2, he is a morally deviant human being. So the things that he does comes from that perspective of being a morally deviant human being. Because you can have morally deviant human beings that are rich. So he is one of those. Okay. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you very much, HQ. I appreciate you. And Mr. Tarus, take us on, please.
I really enjoy this. Fatty, CT, HQ is always a pleasure. Ghosty, Tom, Gibbs, Athena, very nice chopping it up with you guys for the first time. To the audience, man, this is why I stay far away from religion, and with MAGA specifically, guys. This is, again, they don't even take their own virtues seriously. Look at MAGA, guys. They got a problem with women. They got a problem with minorities. They got a problem with the LGBT. They got a problem with Muslims. They got a problem with Mormons. They got a problem with Asians. They got a problem with the Chinese. They got a problem with more Middle Easterns. And now they got a problem with themselves, because the reality is they can't get along with anybody. And so you gotta wonder what is up with this perpetual victimhood that MAGA is always projecting on everyone else. It is a problem, and it's turning into a plague. Those are my final thoughts.
Damn. Friends, I appreciate y'all. CT, Ghosty, Tom, Admiral, Athena, HQ, and Tarus, but I have to kick you out of my house. Great show, great energy. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all probably in 2 weeks.
This is Sparta!
We made it, friends. We made it until the end of the show. Friends, I think this show is going to be extremely special. Love the energy. Admiral, great edition. Lot of energy. I like this. I like this format. The white channel is going to be very important for our hopes and dreams. Next week, I'll start to do morning shows with y'all. Okay. So, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Share. We need some watch hours. We'll get there in 2 weeks, but we'll go from there. I'm sending y'all to Mr. Nino Nation. Thank you so much for everybody that donated via Cash App, PayPal, and coffee. Okay, this is the version of Super Chats before we do that, and then we go from there. Okay, so friends, I appreciate y'all. Team Fatty and the Untouchables going to Nino Nation. Remember, tomorrow, 5 p.m., the super panel, and Sunday. We out.
Peace. All the comments would be fatty McFat, fat, fatty, 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 fat, fat. Oh, look how fat he is, right? Look at that fatty. You know, haha, big fun, stupid fatty. I bet he can't go up the stairs. And.